We'll see. We should be live now, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yo, what's up, guys? Joker here with episode, I don't even know what number, I think 44. But it doesn't really matter. The big deal is that we're actually at Lan Syndicate. Tyler's here next to me.
How's it going, guys?
Just speak a little bit louder. It's a
How's
dynamic
it going, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna have a few more guests stopping by.
Yeah.
Logan's over there. Barnacules is legitimately having a poop nap right now. But after that,
Oh, really?
yo, what's up, guys? Joker here with episode.
And I'm just like in that mood where you just want to say ba da ba ba ba.
I'm loving it.
That's right. All right, so yeah, live from Lan Syndicate. Obviously, the big focus on this week is awesomeness on Joker's side. I wish I was there.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about Lan Syndicate, interact with the chat. We're going to have some YouTubers stop by, field your guys' questions in the chat, and just have fun. We do have like topics, but we're going to keep this episode pretty loose. It's going to be different from other TGWs. Tyler's here.
Yes.
He came. He's got a booth. He's showing stuff, and he's not like a sponsor or anything on the show. But I just want to let you guys know that we could not have done the show without him because I forgot my headphones in Jersey, so he let me borrow AKGs. Then Kyle's wife's audio went down, so I had to let her use my creative DAC. Well, I didn't have to let her. I'm just a nice guy, and I did it. So then I got the Mayflower DAC, which thankfully allowed us to do dual audio out, so we could both hear Brian. So if we didn't have that, I don't think we'd be able to do this.
Probably not.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
So that was awesome. That was like, that is not a sponsorship. That's just, he basically saved our ass.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That's what I do.
It is.
Yeah.
And and I don't know if you know this, but like, when you were on a show, you were like one of our most popular guests ever.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you slightly more popular even than Wendell, I think.
That's
Well,
weird.
well, it depends. Like Wendell's
his episode hasn't had enough time yet, though.
No, you can't make that comparison. Like Wendell's got a specific,
Okay, you're
skill
right.
set,
that was
man.
a bold
Like,
statement. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very humbled. I don't want it. Wendell's up above me. So.
I don't know. Your pieces though.
Wendell's a god.
He's bigger than I thought. I've never seen him before until the event. I didn't really. He's a big guy. He doesn't really seem it in the videos, but I look up on him. So.
Well, I remember the first time I saw him without the thing on his face. That was at like a PDX event or something, like last year. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, wow, it just took you by surprise. It's like because if you just never see someone, you just don't know what to expect.
Right.
But anyway, it's been we haven't we had a lot of network issues here yesterday at the event. Like couldn't game for like the first half of the day, and then it went down and it came back up. But I actually haven't like actually I have gamed. I haven't gamed on my PC, but I gamed in the Nidhogg tournament, which was pretty fun. I advanced to the first round in a really good match. But then in the second round, I got beat because they unplugged the second keyboard, and the second player was using a controller, which, if you know Nidhogg, controller has quite the advantage. A little bit more audio on my side, they're saying.
Yeah.
Recently, I lowered my mic instead of the speakers for you. I usually lower you a bit and not the mic, and I did the other way around. So we should be good now.
Should be good to go.
Let me check my recording devices.
Yeah, like also I'll say, yeah, when you guys were
God.
both on, Wendell and Tyler, when they were both on the show, man, it was really good shows. So like, I'd have both you guys back on at the same time. That'd be awesome.
I was
Actually.
gonna say we'll do
a four-way.
Well, yeah, you were most popular with Brian. He was like, I just want him back on, man. That was smooth. It was flowing. Yeah. I can't remember what we talked about. Was it motherboards or something? You knew something. It was
see, that's what I mean. Like when the guest just adds different things to the conversations, that's what I love. And Tyler did that, man. Added his knowledge in, so his 2 cents.
Well, yeah, and that's what happened with Wendell too with the Xeons.
Yeah, oh man.
He just likes to be able to pick people's brains. Yeah, I got to This is just so you know, like it looks like we're just in frame, but we're really uncomfortably close. I'm pretty much like overlapping his body right now.
You can just hug him. Just hug him.
We pretty much already are. This is uncomfortable now.
Yeah, so they're saying I got a bit more volume, so I'm still a bit loud. I can turn myself down. That's pretty easy. You want me to do that?
I could pull off my pop filter, and we'll see if that helps out. Maybe that was muting it a little bit. We'll try that. Hopefully that's good.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's not going to get any louder than that. Actually, that's not true.
Doesn't matter. I'll just drop my mic down. So
no, I could boost it to a multiplier. There we go. I gave it a double boost. We'll see how that goes.
Are we peaking now?
No, we're not peaking.
No.
Test.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So we're all good. The audio should be really good.
They should be able to hear us. Just turn us up. We're really lucky to be streaming at all, honestly, on this network. I had to scale it down to 720p at like 1500 kilobit. So I really hope we don't lose the stream and hope everything is smooth for everyone. But yeah, I was mentioning like the network issues. But
some dude will
we're
probably
lucky
just
to be
start,
streaming at all.
Some dude will probably just start downloading porn and sharing mass porn while we're streaming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
overlap that body.
Well, dude, nobody else here is streaming. I pretty much, I'm the only one that got permission to stream.
Oh wow,
Like-
that's awesome.
Well, I think Pistol was going to, but she didn't show up, unfortunately. But everyone else is here. Everyone else showed up, even Jerry. I wasn't sure for a minute if Jerry was going to show up or not, but he's over there. There he is, wearing his very svelte
I
shirt.
bet you $100 he's gonna come by and do something stupid.
He's about to come by right now. He actually gave me one of his shirts, and this is not a paid advertisement at all, but this is the best shirt that I've ever seen in the history of shirts.
Oh, that was a good segue right there.
I really like your T-shirt. That what's the boob one? What's the saying on it? I forget.
Women like me because I have breasts or something.
What was it?
Yeah,
What
it's,
is it?
it's women can relate to me because
Oh,
I have
because
breasts
breast
myself.
Because I
Yeah.
breast myself. That's
That's my favorite shirt. It actually that one sold pretty well, but a lot of people I don't think got it and kind of thought it was kind of offensive. You have to be a fat person to understand
Yeah, you
that
have to-
one. Like
yeah.
you have to have some pretty big man knockers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tyler,
Well-
thank you for stopping by, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Let Barnacules take a seat for like
Yeah,
5-10 minutes.
GTFO,
Say what's up to
man.
people.
Come on, go build some amps or something.
Thank you again for the gear, man. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
We do love his amps.
Yeah,
guys
and,
later.
yeah, we're going to be
That's
talking
it,
about
Tyler.
one of Tyler's new amps. I'm going to be having the first video
What's
to
up,
show you guys
sexy
that.
boy?
But
Do this.
on bigger news, Jerry is here.
Hey, what's up,
What's up,
guys?
Jerry?
Hey, same old stuff, different day.
Yeah,
Hey, am I allowed to curse a blue streak on this, or is this like family friendly?
You can say whatever the fuck
So-
you want.
Wow. So I can say like shit and
What-
balls.
Whatever the cunting fuck you want.
Wow. Okay, you took it to
Whoa.
a level I'm not allowed to
Okay,
go
that's
to.
yeah,
Actually,
that's a little
Yeah,
too
yeah,
far.
the
yeah.
I
C
think-
word is the one
Civil.
word I can't say. I can't say the C word. And
I'm
funny
just kidding
story.
anyway.
My wife, like, I can say anything. That word drives her nuts. Even if I say C word, like not even in the context towards her, just even if I say C word, reading something, she goes,
Ooh.
like that's a trigger, man.
See, it's funny you say that because it's Americans' attitude towards that word, which led to me starting to use the word slunt.
That's what I figured.
And which is funny because it takes two really bad words and combines them to make a mega bad word, but it sounds a little bit more pleasant on the ears.
America.
Indeed.
That's how it works.
Well, Barnacules was telling me, right? You're going to Australia now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally gonna move because
It's-
I don't like the IRS here, so I'm gonna go try your version of it.
That's it. Like, and it's working, man. So
Yeah, totally. I can't wait.
Down under. So they're not going to do you for Game of Thrones. Don't worry.
Yeah, and I figure with my accent, I can talk myself out of any situation, just like you would here in America. So,
Pretty well.
Yeah.
When he was here in America, I think he just spent all his time buying tech products. He fell in love with Best Buy.
did he really?
I think that
yeah.
and I think that's sad because I think that's the best deals he found was Best Buy, and that's not the Best Buy.
That's
It's not-
horrible.
that is
dude.
not the Best Buy.
I know. I didn't even get to go for the was it Micro Center? I didn't even get to go there. So
See, micro centers where you get some decent deals,
yeah.
or you just do like us and order from Amazon.
Pretty much.
Because then you
Free shipping.
Yep. Well, actually, you know what? I don't get free shipping because I'm in the Seattle area, so
wait, you can't get Prime.
I don't get free ship. Oh no, I get free shipping. Sorry, no, I have to pay taxes though.
Oh, okay.
If you order out of state, you don't have to pay tax. So I used to
Right,
order a bunch
'cause-
of stuff from Newegg because, like, if you buy $1,000 computer, you save yourself, $100. So, but
I have
but
a
if you
question,
but if you have one of the,
Barnacules.
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, most expensive item you've returned on Amazon. What was it?
I've never returned an item on Amazon.
Really?
I quite literally just keep if I don't like it, I just hoard it. So, and that's why my house is in the poor situation it is right now. I could be on an episode of Hoarders Buried Alive right now. I'm not even joking.
What about those Korean monitors? You still have those?
No, I sent those back, but I didn't buy them from Amazon.
Yeah, you have those eBay.
And I literally had to write a blog that was like 5 miles long before the company was like, whoa, this guy means business. We better like let him return these. They were trying to tell me they weren't blown out because there's a cluster of 5 dead pixels on one of the 6 backlights in the array was dead on the other one. And the third one worked okay, but still had inconsistency issues. And they were trying to tell me that was all within their specifications. Like, oh, it's okay if the backlights, if one of the 6 backlights is dead. It's okay if 5 pixels are dead together. It has to be like 9 pixels.
Yeah.
For other places, like, nope. Not gonna happen. Give me my money back. And then after they saw the blog, they were like, "Oh crap," because they got flamed so hard for that.
Wow. Real quick, just thank you, NoX, before that disappears for the donation. I said even Joker has a donate button, Jerry. Donates
I
for poor
know.
people.
I know.
I
My
think-
donation button's been broke for so long. If you guys really
Dude,
feel sorry for me, though, you can donate directly through my PayPal.
It doesn't work. Like anyone,
does it?
I don't know what it is. For me, if I go on anyone's streams, yours,
Yep.
Awesome Sauce, whatever, Awesome Hardware, if I go onto their gaming page and I click the $sign, it says,
Yeah.
sorry, can't do a transaction right now. And it does it for everyone, so I can't donate to anybody.
You sure it didn't just do a background check on you and figure out, like, with your credit that it wasn't
I
a
don't
good
know.
idea
I
for
tried.
you to be donating?
I tried different browsers, different logins, not using ad block. I was like, I don't know. because I donated like once to Paul and Kyle, and I was like maybe they blocked me from donating because when I did, they're like, you don't have to donate, Joker.
I was like,
maybe
ISP.
they blocked me from donating. I was like, what the hell?
I think your ISP is blocking you from donating because they're afraid you're not going to be able to make your monthly bill. So they're like, no, this guy's getting a little too willy-nilly with that PayPal. We need to shut him down.
Well, I am on Verizon, so that is a possibility. They're bending us over for 100.
Ooh, I wish I could get 100. I only get 115.
Symmetrical internet for the win.
I know.
I love symmetrical internet.
You know how much it sucks? You know how much I pay for internet?
What?
Almost $200 a month.
And what's your speed?
Because I have 100 megabit down, 100 by 10, not even 15, 100 by 10, a 25 by 5, and a 27 by 5. So I have a total of 20 megabit up and like 150-ish down.
Wow.
Combined. It's
sucks.
horrible. It's very, very horrible.
So do you like upload your videos at like 8 megabit or something? Like, what's the file?
Well, no, they're about 8 gigs, 4 to 8 gigs for my videos, and it takes probably about an hour, half an hour to upload them.
That's not too bad though.
It's not horrible. I mean, it's not. I know people that have way worse internet. Like, people get mad when I say that I have bad internet because in some countries I hear like they'd kill to even have like over 1 megabit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I went back when I went back home to Oz. I tried uploading a video. Like, literally took a day. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, like here, at the LAN and also at my hotel, I've pretty much been maxing out at like 500 kilobit or kilobyte. And like I know I have a friend that still has less than that, and like when I was using it to like just open Twitter, I was like crying. I was like, this is painful. It was really bad.
Like when I went to PDX Land last time and used the internet that was in the hotel, it was 0.75 megabit. And I was like, how do people do this anymore? It reminded me of the BBS days where you go to download like a porn JPEG and you can see the lines drawing. You're like, get to the nipples, get to the nipples, get to the nipples. And then the internet drops like, no carrier. And you're like, no.
Pickpost.com. I'm almost there. Keep loading.
Like, I'm telling you now though, man. I got like
you had to load up tabs of pictures and have them all ready to go.
Well,
anyway,
no, I got
I thought about this too much.
Down, 100 up, man, and that's all I need. Like, that's really good. I've had that for like years now here. So 200 down, 100
That
up.
almost sounded braggy a little bit. Like,
It's good.
I could feel an inflection in his Australian accent that was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I am killing it.
Well, that's because over in Japan they just give people like really fast internet, and they don't really think about it in America.
It makes
you
me
know what?
mad.
In America, it's
Yeah.
like it's America. It's like if anyone's having too much fun or
Yep.
too much pleasure, they need to like tie one hand behind the back. It's like, no, you need to have just a little bit less fun.
I know somebody who lives in South Korea. I almost said North Korea. That would have been bad. I know somebody who lives in South Korea that has a cell phone. And on their cell phone, they have like 300 megabit something.
It's like gigabit connection.
And I'm like, you have a wireless gigabit connection like riding on the subway on your Nokia flip phone. And I can't get it here with like 5 cables coming into the house.
That's it.
And then a guy that lives 5 minutes away from me has FiOS. Which is, he has the
Jennifer's
500
making an announcement, and we're live. Hi, Jennifer.
All right.
said,
so,
we have food- apparently we-
yeah, she's
She's
announcing
saying
she loves Joker.
She's saying we have food and beer.
There we go. I
That
forgot to
that
retweet, so I'm
means
retweeting
we
now.
better get Logan soon, or he's gonna be gone.
Okay, ready for it? You're about to get flooded with viewers. Here we
Okay.
go.
Boom.
Okay.
Bam. Prepare for it. You're going to get like 5 new viewers.
I can feel the
Wow.
table vibrating already under my elbow.
How's the
What was-
stream
what was-
working, guys? Over in chat. How we doing in the stream? You guys looking good? I'm curious.
Yeah, they're looking alright. Anyone
I need to bring you into frame.
yeah. So anyone have
There we
any?
go. There you go, big guy.
Does anyone have any questions for Jerry before we switch over to anyone
Yes,
else? Not
ask me things.
that we want to kick you out of here or anything.
No,
You're
you
welcome to
kinda
stay as
do.
long as you want. But
Oh, I'll stay all night, buddy. You got to kick me out at some point.
we were going to kick you out right before we get to our sponsor, so we didn't have to include you with that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not a sponsor. Aw.
No, during when we talk about our sponsor, we don't want to make you have to. Well, never mind.
I don't care. I'm a corporate shill. It's fine.
Yeah, we can't have you shilling for something you're not shilling for.
I do it all the time.
Oh, you shill?
Oh, I shill for Logan all the time. Look, I think I'm even wearing a shirt where I'm shilling for somebody else right now.
That's true. Like,
Yeah.
well, Paul gave me this shirt.
Yeah,
yesterday.
here we are on a stream right now. Look at this.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yep.
Yeah, Paul gave me this one too. Paul, and he came over while I was giving away my shirts and usurped it because
He
he had a
did.
better shirt than me.
Jerry had the idea first. He was giving
Yep.
away shirts first, and then Paul just came along and
Just
completely
started
stole the
giving his
idea.
shirts away. And you know what sucks is his
Completely
shirt's
stole the
better
idea.
than my shirt, and that's why I'm wearing it right now.
Well, I mean, this shirt's a little bit better, but don't forget you owe me that money later.
I'm going
Oh,
around.
wow,
And getting
you,
my checks.
Yeah, deposit in the
Have you
PayPal.
been,
You
have
got
you
the
been,
email.
have you been retro collecting with Metal Jesus Rocks?
I have.
Wow, that dude's awesome. I actually, yeah, like wow. That's
Yeah, no,
pretty cool.
Jason's awesome, man. Me and him are tight. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I got like this twin Famicom. And I had to repair the belt on it. That was pretty cool. Do you like? How much retro do you collect?
I don't got a ton. I mean, I probably got like 10 or 12 consoles.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have them all hooked up yet. I mean, I have Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, Original Master System, NES, Super Famicom.
Yeah.
I've got an obscure one. What do I got? Oh, I've got a Texas. The TI-80,
Yeah.
the Trash 80 computer. Commodore 64.
What'd you bring here? It's not your main Puget rig. It's the Puget laptop.
Oh,
right?
the Puget laptop.
Puget laptop. Yeah, I didn't even. All I saw was the glowing red Barnacules sign.
Yep.
I still have to actually come see the
Gotta
laptop.
bring the sign. You gotta bring the sign.
That's all you need. It's all you need. You're the easiest
But yeah,
person.
no, I just got some. I wish I could remember the name of the company, but a company just willy-nilly sent me these cartridges that you put SD card in with the ROMs on it, and you can actually play on the original hardware. So it's like reverse emulation. So you just take the ROMs. Like they gave me an N64 cartridge, a Sega Genesis cartridge. Oh, that's the other one I got, Sega Genesis. And they gave me one for the NES, 8-bit NES. And all of them have an SD card slot. You literally just put the ROMs on them, you put it in, it pops up on the Nintendo as a menu, and you select the game and play it. I was like, that's awesome. So I don't have to have like 8,000 carts anymore.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're getting ready to play Duke Nukem now.
What's your favorite retro games then?
My favorite retro games?
Yeah.
Absolutely, like, number one, would play it for the rest of my life, Zelda, the original Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Zelda 2, not all that kind of, the original
Classic.
Zelda.
My father still
Yeah.
holds a grudge against me because I accidentally deleted his save. That
You
had,
know
like,
they
all
did
the
make that in 3D.
I
Did
didn't
you hear
like
about that?
because they had the
Yes,
saves on
and
the
I played it.
cartridges.
I actually
know.
tweeted that out. Yeah, no, some company made the original Zelda in like 2.5D. It was
Yeah.
like 3D overhead. No, it's brilliant, but you could tell it was like unfinished. Like whenever you went into the caves, it'd say, "We have not programmed this part yet."
Man, I would love to see an HD remake of that, like with an isometric camera or something.
It'd be epic.
Oh my
it would
God,
be epic.
that
But
would be
that's all
amazing.
my all-time favorite game. I loved all the Metroid games. As far as retro, I don't know if you could really. I guess you kind of call it
Actually-
retro now. But on the original PlayStation, absolutely loved the Metal Gear games on
Oh,
the
yeah,
original
yeah, that was
PlayStation.
good.
Were like my all-time like. That'd be one of the games I probably played the most. Like it was like my GTA of that era that I would just replay it over and over and over again.
Yeah. What about Mega
But-
Man?
Mega Man was good. I loved Mega Man, but I'll be honest, Mega Man was like a little too
Hard?
I love
Yeah,
it.
If you
Castlevania,
want your sanity,
People used to love Castlevania, and I used to get so mad at that game. Like
The
literally,
first-
I'd throw
the-
controllers across the room.
the first two were not too bad, but then they just went like this. It just got way too difficult. Like
Yep.
I thought the first one's boss was really hard at first, but then I figured out
Yeah.
his pattern, and then it was like, this is so easy. I can't believe I ever had difficulty with this.
Yeah, or like I loved Altered Beast on Genesis too.
That was such
It was
a
one of
good
those
game.
games where it wasn't that good, but at the time the graphics were just so cool. That's one of the ones
And
that
you had, like-
stands out in my head.
And because you had like the character selection, so each character felt different.
Yep.
It was like, oh, do I want to be a dwarf with
Oh,
an axe? Do I want to
yeah.
be? Do I want to have
Or
like
Strider.
magic powers?
You remember
Yeah,
Strider?
was that the female?
The dude, the ninja that had the sword and he had the grappling hook and he could hang from stuff and swing around.
No, I don't remember. I remember.
Oh.
I remember the dwarf with the broad axe. I remember the woman. I think she did magic, and then there was like a regular like white guy with blonde hair, like a sword, regular knight type dude. I thought there was 3. I didn't even know there was 4.
No, I'm talking about a different game. Sorry, Strider.
Oh, you're talking about a different game.
I'm talking about the game Strider. You're talking about
I thought you were talking
Castlevania,
about.
or-
I thought you were talking about a character from Altered Beast.
Oh, from Altered Beast. Actually,
I was
wait.
like, damn, you're good if you know names from characters from that.
No, but you're like confusing me now because I thought Altered Beast only had the one character. Like you could be multiple characters in
No, I
Altered
think.
Beast?
I think so.
I didn't know.
I think
Dude, you're ruining our retro cred here. No, I'm just kidding.
Altered. Maybe I'm thinking of a different
Dude,
game.
Metal Jesus Rock's setup is awesome though. Like whenever I go over to his house, like that dude is fit more organized retro equipment into small space than I've ever seen anybody
Okay,
do
I was
in my
thinking
life.
of a different game.
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking of a different game. That is.
I just remember Altered Beast. I have it etched into my head. Rise from your grave.
I bet someone's gonna tell me what the game was I'm thinking of, because now I'm trying to think of it. But yeah, well, speaking on like retro games, Brian, did you want to take away on the sponsor real quick before we talk about Doom?
Yeah. Okay. So we got a sponsor this week, GameFlip.com. So this is a really good app if you guys have been using like G2A or CDKeys.com. This place is essentially a marketplace for games where you can buy and also you can sell. But you also have a feedback system, right? So, you know, and they've also got a third, like the site themselves are like the third-party arbitrary, like Overmind. So if you make a purchase and then you're happy with it, then they'll pay the seller. So it's kind of like it's that extra level of protection that prevents you getting scammed, which is really good. I've already bought 2 games on there, and I gotta say, like, it was even cheaper than G2A thing. I mean, what else? So yeah, I got Grey Goo Definitive Edition, and then I got like a Enhanced Edition Baldur's Gate. All that for like $9.
Well,
and the good thing is they don't. Sorry.
I was gonna say the interesting thing was that you could trade in the keys if they're unused, which is like G2A go and list them on it. But
how do they determine if they're unused without trying to enter them? Is there a way to do that?
Well, I think. Well, no. Well, G2A. Have you ever sold anything on G2A? You put the key on there before, like when you list it on the marketplace, and I guess they do like a check because they. I don't know because when the person like buys it.
Oh, that's true.
It's immediate delivery. Yeah, it's not like you have to wait for like someone on the other end to click a button to now send.
No,
you
you're
key.
right, because when you enter the code, it usually pops up as what the item is, and then you say redeem.
Yeah.
Because it wants to show you what you're. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out in my head. I was like, how's that work?
Yeah. So it's not. There was a thing recently where we were talking about. I forget who had posed the question. They were asking if people would be willing to trade in games that they owned and had redeemed keys. Well, would you ever trade in your old games?
If I could.
Old Steam games?
If I could, hell yeah.
Like even if you're gonna get like FuncoLand prices, like 2 cents for a game, like
no, I wouldn't.
That's
do it
probably
for that.
that's probably what it would be.
I'd rather have bragging rights for a big library.
Exactly. It's like I just
like poop in my soup and shower with your dad simulator. I could never part with those.
I just passed 200. And I was like, yes, finally. But yeah, this is looking good. You can trade in games, buy games. It's like G2A or CD Keys, many sites we've talked about.
Actually, site.
Not
looks like they did
not
put
just
some
like
time into it.
CD Keys doesn't have trading. This is a little bit more like G2A, but it seems a little more refined, honestly, and polished. I like their interface for selling stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a very polished site. Like I've used it already, really smooth. You also don't pay a surcharge for using PayPal, right? And whenever I buy games, I use PayPal. Yeah, and so G2A they charge a surcharge for using PayPal, which annoys me.
I like their search a million times better than G2A actually, and also that you could I saw that you can break it down like if you want to search by GOG or Steam or whatever. That's really nice.
I mean, it's good. Like, so if you want to go, like, there'll be a coupon code in the description, so you get $2 off your first purchase. And I think they've got like this deal running where if you buy a game in the next couple of days, you can get then $5 credit back. So that's how I got 2 games for like $9.
Nice.
So it was actually a lot cheaper than any of the other sites. So really good promotion going on, which will actually help you out. So should be in the description.
Was that your awesome sauce? The arms? I caught myself doing that the other day. I was joking about them outside. We were talking about Josh was making fun of Kyle for his flailing. I was like, I caught myself the other day. I was like, check the links down in the description below. And as soon as I did, I was like, why did I just act like Kyle?
Dude, flailing arms are magical.
I thought Kyle has a copyright on flailing arms, though.
You probably shouldn't do this on the internet. You're gonna get into trouble.
Just look down below. Look down below. Just down below. It's all right down there.
Just bow.
Yeah, look down below, right in my pants. I mean comments. Comments. Look down in my comments.
So have you played the Doom beta yet?
I've not played the Doom beta, but that screenshot looks epic.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
It's legit.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk to Logan a little bit about that. If he's ready to come over and hang out.
Logan.
Hey Logan.
Logan.
The Logan.
Logan.
Logan's gonna be 1 minute. Logan's gonna be 1 minute.
He said he did this, or maybe it was this. No, I think it was this.
So before he comes over, before we talk about the game, I actually have a video I'm going to be putting up where he talks about how he likes it. But this first news was that they actually the 60 FPS cap that's going on in the beta in the final release, it's going to be 144 hertz. So that's really nice. They put out an official tweet saying, PC Master Race, we're going to have the unlocked frame rate.
144 hertz is for poor people, dude.
I know. I'm on 165. 144 is so like 2 months ago.
You guys have got to get on my level. You got to get into the placebo 60 hertz where you just think it's 200 hertz, and you'll be fine. Like, I'm serious.
Play me out. Play me out.
Jerry, thank you for stopping by. We'll switch to the headset.
There is a wild Logan.
Always a
pleasure.
Yeah,
always
awesome,
a pleasure.
Man. I will see you around. We got to play some Doom later.
I like how you're like leveling up slowly. Like you got Barnacules, and then Logan comes in and trumps me. Who's after him? Cutie Pie?
That's why we started with Tyler. Bottom the totem.
I see how it is.
We were actually going to start with Paul and Kyle, but they went missing.
Shit.
They went missing, so I don't know.
All right, I love all you guys. Please subscribe to Barnacules Nerdgasm.
Yes.
And buy Paul's shirt. I don't know why I don't get paid nothing for that, but it's a cool shirt. All right. See ya.
I'm sure they already know who you are, but it's cool anyway. Yes, go subscribe to him.
All right. Have myself. Hold on.
Dust it off for the Logan.
There you go, Lord Logan.
All right, you're going to have to get uncomfortably close to being framed.
All right, y'all good? Y'all settled in there, buddy? Okay. All right. Go.
All right, we're at Logan now. All right, Brian,
Yes.
you want to introduce yourself? This is Brian. We do
Yeah.
TGW with him each week.
Logan,
going
nice
on?
to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
We've got the chat. The wild Logan has appeared.
You know what I'm holding right here in my hands?
What's that?
One of our members just walked by and put this in my hands. This is Quake. Well, it's a mod for Quake, the original Quake, and binaries for Linux, several different distros, and Windows, and OS 10. So we're going to get some Quake 1 on later today with some mods.
This is dynamic. Let's be a little bit louder.
Oh, yes, dynamic.
Yeah, we got to be a little louder in the dynamic.
I'm dynamic.
You are dynamic.
Wait a second, this thing. There, because I'm tall.
Yes, you
And
are.
then-
You are tall. That's what everyone has been saying. Like Logan is tall. Logan is tall.
I fixed it. Okay, so like
It wasn't
normally,
a surprise to me. I was like, I've known this.
There's one other guy that it didn't surprise either, but like most people, the response was like, "Oh, you're taller than I thought you would be," and then I guess somehow people were saying, "Oh, Logan's pretty tall." And then one guy shows up and he just goes, he walks up to me and the first thing he says is, "Thought you'd be taller." that was it.
Well, if you think he's tall, just put him next to Wendell and Fractal Josh, and it's a contest really at that point. I don't know who wins that one. Who wins? Is it you or Josh? Or
Josh,
Wendell?
I think.
Josh? Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh is pretty tall. Josh is a big dude.
Yeah, Wendell is the biggest,
Yeah,
and I mean he just giant hands and everything, you know. Like
he's an imposing force.
yes,
You could see the head that's containing all the knowledge.
his father,
How tall is Wendell?
about 6'3",
6'3". And what are you?
194 centimeters.
I like how you switched from
Six-
metric.
so 6'4"?
I like how you switched from imperial to metric on the fly right there. It's like, yes, we get to switch it up here now, so people at home can do the math and figure it out.
They're on their own. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are on your own.
He's like, I don't know my own height in imperial, you peasants.
That'd be 6'4". Yeah, I
So
think-
we were talking a little about Doom. We got some open beta GPU performance. It is from WCCF Tech though. Anyway, so it looks like 980 Ti, Fury X, pretty much nano, all the way down to the 390s, holding up near 60 frames. 960 and 380. It's like a pretty big drop off though from a 390. to be
Wow.
testing.
Yeah, I'm running a 285 over there, so it's not going to be able to play it at 1440.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh well.
I mean, I'll have to turn everything down. I mean, if you're competing, everyone's just going to put it on low and go.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is with the I haven't played on I played on the closed beta. If it's like that, then the graphics settings there was like 1, so I don't even know what these settings actually are yet. So I don't think this is actual ultra. So.
So
But
Logan,
it
what do you
ran
think?
smooth for me anyway.
What do you think of Doom so far?
The beta?
Yeah.
I probably won't buy it.
Whoa.
That's it. That's pretty much it.
That was-
It doesn't feel like Doom. It doesn't have any of the original guys making the maps. I will look at the single-player version of the game. So far, the multiplayer is way slower than I hoped it would be. I'm not sure how I feel about the loadouts. They did the loadouts in Quake about when I stopped playing Quake Live. The loadouts do two things. They fix the problem of most of the id games being a race to the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I hated that. But they also
That's true.
now, it feels more like Call of Duty or something, and it feels a little less hardcore
Yeah.
doing it this way. I maybe starting with one gun instead of three. I don't know.
So, you know, like it's like we were talking a little earlier about that in Unreal Tournament 4. I feel like they're both doing like good things in other areas, but needs to like combine. Like I think
Yeah.
Doom is doing a little better on how the player movement and all that is concerned, but I think Unreal Tournament is doing a better approach with the community feedback and community level designs and all that.
Yeah.
I think that'll eventually just end up having great maps if you just have
Unreal
that
4
many,
also feels way
from that
more-
many directions.
It feels way more old school to me, like as far as the arena gameplay
Yeah,
mechanics.
it feels more like an old arena shooter as long
Yeah.
as they can get the mouse movements a little bit more accurate
Yeah, that's
and
the-
get
that's
rid
the
of
other problem.
acceleration. That's what
I'm not sure
it
what's
feels
up with
like.
that, yeah.
It feels like acceleration.
But I don't know. I might play it for single player, but I don't know. The pinnacle of level design for those types of games, for like the Doom games, really were American McGee, and you had John Romero. Those guys were geniuses with the level design, and it's really hard.
Oh, American McGee makes great. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for them to make a new Alice like so bad. I just saw him like pitching it out the other day on Twitter. I was like, oh yes, like get this done, please. Like, what? Just go start a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah, I mean, even Tom Hall made some good levels, but for that style of gameplay, my favorite levels have all been Doom 1 and 2. The Doom 3, the levels were okay, but they were mostly about jump scares and dark corners. They weren't as interesting and fun. Even the new level that John Romero made. Do you remember that one? He recently made a new Doom
One of the
level.
master levels.
No, he just like a few months ago just made a.
Oh, I didn't
it's
see
been
that.
25 years, and then John Romero just released a new level for Doom. He's like, I had some extra time, so I made this Doom level. I guess he's got plenty of time or something. I don't know.
Also download that.
But yeah, I jumped in and played through it. It's hard and it's fun as hell. It's just really fun. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to reproduce some of that with a single player, but we'll see.
Have you read the books, the original books?
No, I never read the books.
They're actually really good. I read
didn't even
one
know
of
there
them.
were books.
It's really good. I read one of them. It's really good read. So I actually enjoyed it.
I may have to check them out. Were the books they set on Mars or Hell or
Set on the Mars, pretty sure.
Mars? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell would be
Phobos, I guess.
Hell,
the
hell would be,
Mars
hell would be
moon.
cool. I'd like to see Hell. That would be a cool setting, just for the artwork alone.
Yeah, because I read it.
I love all the Hell levels.
Yeah. All the stretched weird skin and everything.
There's actually another new game. Have you played Enter the Gungeon yet?
What is it?
Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon. No, I have not.
All right,
game?
It just came out like a week or two ago. It's on GOG. It's kind of like Zelda, combined with Hotline Miami. And and the artwork.
Zelda combined with Hotline Miami.
With an artwork the artwork on the cover is like 8-bit black and purple. It's like literally up your alley. Like if you looked at honestly on the menu screen, it looks like your artwork team may have made it. It's a guy standing in the corner in a silhouette with a trench coat blowing in the wind, and it's like music, and you can see like stars coming down in 8-bit pixelation. It's really nice.
Right, I'll play that. I'll be playing that later. I'll check it out. Is it multiplayer or single?
It has local co-op, so we can get like 4 people together and all play together. It's or 4 or 5.
Look what we got going on over here. We got you guys can't see it. Can I grab this and turn it around?
Yeah, go for it.
So right over here. Oh no.
Just make sure
this thing is drunk.
Make sure you got enough cable.
All right, so right over there on the wall. Can you see? Where is it? Up. There it is. There's a projector on the wall. It's hard to see. But later on when it gets dark, right now they're playing Broforce. We could probably get some stuff going on that projector later. That'd be awesome. I'm so glad these guys brought the projector. That's one thing I want to say about this community is like we did 75% of everything, and the community actually pitched in and did the rest of it. They were like, hey, we want a projector. So they brought one. Instead of us having to do the setup.
Everyone here has been super helpful with everything. If anyone's had a problem, like yesterday I was like, oh man, I need another extra Ethernet cable for my laptop. Ryan's over here next to me. He's like, I got one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I broke something at my hotel room. I need some crazy glue for later. He had crazy glue. I was like, dude, you are like the most clutch person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, it's like some severe stuff. Like,
there's like the networking, like the networking, like there's a guy where he's like, I'm like a network admin. Like I could probably help you guys out. It's like, all right, come on.
At any given point, we have like 15 network admins who are ready to just run over there and give us a help. Like Qain's like, hey, can you run over there and ping this and help me with this? And he's like, wait a minute, I've discovered that your subnet was wrong on this computer. It's like little things like that. And this community's been so helpful. So.
Yeah, if you're here and having a hardware or a networking problem, and you can't get it solved, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, just like yell.
Yeah, just say I have problems. I don't know if EVGA ever found their DVI cable. They were looking all over for a DVI cable.
Well, even that, like he's like, I don't have any internet, and we're like, oh, so we just ripped the cable out, and someone went over there and like put the head on it and plugged him in, like just community members like, fix it, done. Now you have internet.
Well, yeah, if you got a hard work problem, that'll be easily solved there, yeah?
Plenty of that going on.
Well, the network's pretty good now. I can't believe it. I did have to like scale it back, but we're going at like 1,200 kilobit. I capped it at 1,500. We're going pretty good for 42 minutes now. I'm really surprised. It's held up really well though. Qain did a good job with that.
Yeah, he worked about 15 hours that day or more, probably more.
So what else do we have coming? What more tournaments do we have today?
Oh, okay. The ones that I'm going to be involved in, so those are the ones I know, are Xenotic, another arena shooter. I like it because it's open source and works with Linux and Windows and everything else. We'll play that one. And then Half-Life 1 I'm really looking forward to playing just because it's just madness.
Yes.
We also have Dota 2 about to start. As soon as I'm finished with this, I got to go announce that and get that ready to go. Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike
Go. Yeah, Counter-Strike Go. Yeah. CSGO.
Yeah.
We were supposed to. They keep saying we're going to do Doom, but have they figured out how they're going to do it without a local area network option?
The other option for Doom, since Doom has no LAN option, it also has no 1v1, which is what Doom was built on.
Pretty much. That's my earliest memories of any multiplayer was Doom. Me and my friends on a phone line.
I know.
Mom, don't take any calls. I'm playing 1v1s on Doom.
And I used to hate that modem. Yeah. I long for the modem noise, even though I used to hate it, but.
No, you miss it now. You realize it was part of your life, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it also harkens back to a time when things were simple and fun, just sheer fun. And there was no BS and no
Well,
marketing
there was
attached to it.
Yeah. There's no ulterior motives. Everything you did, like, you got to think, like, what do they want? What do they really want? You know?
Yeah, we got like locked weapons and locked classes, and there's going to be a season pass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Call of Halo or whatever the hell this is.
Oh, did they announce? Oh, they announced season pass on Doom too.
Yeah, season pass.
Microtransactions. I can already see the microtransactions because of all the armor customization.
Yeah.
Or the amount of grinding you'll have to do for it. Like, hey, if you want that purple random helmet, you got to play for like a million
See, that's
hours.
probably why they won't do Age of Empires 4. They're probably figuring out how they can put on skins on the soldiers and just monetize it. So it's taking a bit longer.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
And you got John Romero's probably like, no, and John Carmack's probably like, that's interesting. That's probably exactly how it's going. So we got those tournaments coming up. That's going to be quite a bit of fun. And I'm trying to think of anything else.
Right now we've got some people playing Broforce on the projection screen. It looks awesome up there on the projection screen.
Yeah. I think we got some other silly tournaments coming up, like we did earlier.
Nidhogg was fun. You and I almost had to play in the semifinals. And honestly, I feel like both of us got screwed because on the second round we had to play against a guy using a controller.
Yeah, the guy using the controller.
That is an unfair
brutal.
advantage in that game.
I don't know. I'm pretty damn good with the keyboard.
So
in that
am
game.
I, but a controller in that game is an advantage, I think.
Probably. He brought his own controller, plugged it in, and he was just like getting serious.
Yeah, and then the next guy I played, he's like, "Oh, this is just what I was handed." I was like, "That's unfair, man. You should get a keyboard." And like I beat him the first round, but he won. But I was like, "Man, if you weren't using that controller, I'm pretty sure I would have beat you."
It was good fun anyway. I mean,
it's fun.
I don't go into these tournaments wanting to win.
No.
Because if I win a tournament, I got a prize. I'm gonna be like,
well,
here,
let's do it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. But no,
It's kind of like
Nidhogg is just
dominating your own.
constant fun though. That's
Yeah.
You cannot. I've never played that game and not had laugh out loud fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we should have some more of that later on. Up front, we had some gang beasts going on. That ridiculous game where everyone's just. Basically, you're silly putty just punching each other. It's hilarious.
I have no idea what that is.
Ragdoll physics. It's the most hilarious beat 'em up, or not beat 'em up. It's like it's a fighting game, but it's the opposite of Mortal Kombat. It's just ridiculous and silly.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, I have to show you that later. But they had that going on up front earlier, like people screaming and yelling. That's what that was.
That's kind of how I look at Fistful of Frags. To me, that's like silly Counter-Strike. With a funner melee system.
And without SMG.
And the melee system.
David Hunter wants to know: did you bring the good stuff, Joker?
The good stuff. What good stuff?
Yeah,
are
I
you
think he's
talking
talking about the weed. Did you bring weed?
No comment.
Bring weed.
You realize this is Washington, right?
You don't have to. Why would you bring weed to Washington? You can get
that would be a really unwise
David
move.
Hunt just did you bring the good stuff? And I'm assuming
maybe you mean
the background of the comments.
You don't have
screen?
to bring the good stuff to Seattle. Seattle has the good stuff here waiting.
Yeah, and you can go get it like specifically what you can request specific things. I don't smoke, but like I know you can go to like the thing and you can say I want exactly this type of weed, and they'll be like very nerdy about it. Like this is a 37% such and such.
Yes. So in the shop they basically have signs all over the walls, and like, oh, we have all these edibles and these candies and these gum drops, like 100 gum drops, like whatever.
Well, they got the. Can you lace it with avocado?
Probably can get anything you want, man.
I imagine you could. It'll stick to the oil. I think.
There's a lot of
I don't know.
There's a lot of hipsters around here. I wouldn't,
It's
put
just
it out
got
their
those
own
good-
possibilities and like avocado infused THC edibles.
Well, it's got that good fats
Milkshake.
for your brain, right? So it'd be it'd help your brain.
Smooth,
Right?
or health drink, yeah.
With
I don't know.
all that stuff.
Do not know.
All right. Well, you got stuff to do. You want to get out of here?
HD 595s, they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Those headphones.
These ones?
Logan's wearing.
They're not ours. We borrowed them from
They are.
across the way.
Yeah,
I got a pair too.
We almost didn't. We were trying to figure out how the hell we were going to have split audio, but we did it on the input on the Mayflower and it worked.
Oh, sweet.
I was like Tyler. I was like, what do we do? He's like, just use the input. I was like, the input. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
perfect. He saved
Got an audio signal coming through it somehow. I don't know.
he saved our ass pretty much on this one.
All right, who's next?
Well, Paul or Kyle, we're going to stop by. I have no idea where they are though now. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul and Kyle. I'm not sure if they left or not.
Are they here? They're probably in the beer tent. The beer tent is open now.
Yeah, I went back there right before we started. They were gonna come on. They were like the earliest people I talked to about it, so I don't know where they went.
The double IPA is on. I'm waiting for that.
I think they all went out to go eat, but it's all good.
All right. Well, in that case, Wendell is at his desk. Let me see if he wants to come over.
Yeah, if Wendell has time to stop by, you could stop by again.
I'll send Wendell over. Did he already talk once or no?
He's no, not today. He was
couple weeks ago, right?
he was on the show. But yeah, if he wants to stop by and say what's up, he could stop by.
I'll send him over then.
All right, cool. Or Kane actually. Kane's never been on. See if Kane wants to stop by.
He just woke up from being passed out.
Oh, was he passed out?
Yeah, they were trying to cut into his hand to take out the implant.
Oh, and he passed out.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Because he didn't have enough to eat.
Oh.
So everybody, we were like running and bringing in drinks and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I went back there right before we started, and I saw him back there talking to everyone about like RFID and stuff. Was that before he passed out?
Probably, I don't know. Depends on when you went back there, but we did several installations. Like we were doing some biohacking here at this event.
Yeah, so. yeah. I saw. I watched.
Did you want to get one installed, or?
I thought about, but I don't have anything that I would be able to use it on imminently.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I would think would be cool is to log into Windows with it, so I don't have to type my password. Which I was told it's possible, but like
NFC,
I don't know. Maybe someday, I don't know.
So one of the guys.
If I change all the locks on the apartment or something like that and make them RFID, then that could work.
Yeah, one of the guys over here got one, and he made it so that he waves his hand over your phone and it opens his Twitter profile or whatever.
That would be nice. I hate using the thumbprint technology. It'd be nice to use that as the way to bypass it.
So I'm not getting one just yet, but maybe.
I'm completely open to it though, as long as I could find a use for it.
I want it in my knee, so every time I have to open a door, I just give it a tiger knee.
I actually, after I saw the video,
Tiger knee. After the door opens. This guy's weird.
After I saw the video, I actually told my dad about it. I bet he would want it in his ass, because he works at CBS in New York, 52nd and 6th, and he has to use a CBS like RFID card every day. He keeps it in his back wallet, so he just pushes his ass to the doors all the time.
Bumps it,
yeah. So I was like, you should just get one of these RFID chips in your hand. He's like, why would I get it in my hand? I'll just put it in my ass. It's like that's not going to change anything for you.
Much meatier spot, yeah.
He's like, it's gonna ruin all the comedic value of me.
That would
using
actually
my ass
work
to
really
open
well
doors.
for like train seats. You know, like if you had one of those chips in your bum and in the seat, you just sit down, beep, beep, beep. You're assigned to this seat.
Yeah,
amazing. That's mandatory in the future. That's what everyone's afraid of these things being mandatory.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But this is not government.
Yeah.
This is self-imposed. Anyway.
All right, you want to see if Wendell will stop by? We'll do a topic or so.
Yeah, man, thanks for being here, dude.
All right, thank you so much
for
having
all
me.
the way across the country. And
yep.
Thanks a lot for coming on and doing this thing.
My pleasure.
I'm bad at
absolute
salutations
pleasure.
and whatnot.
And segues.
Yes, salutations and segues.
He excels in puns, though.
Yes, I do. I think I should get a segue and call it the salutation.
Segue?
Learn to write it really good, so I'll be good at salutations and segues.
You just need to go out and buy a Segway, and then you can just like jump on it when you're doing the Segway.
There were a couple of those people here earlier.
And it'll carry you. Oh, pun.
Oh, no. With that, on that note, I'll see you guys later.
All right, man. See you later.
Yep.
All right. Fuck. All right. So, how far are we in? We've been going for like about 45 minutes already. We're going through 2 topics. That was fun though. We'll have some more people stop by. I think Wendell.
Wendell Xeon talks. Yeah, like
Wendell's over there. I could also get Steve OMG. Well, I don't know if I can't say if it's public information yet what I was about to say, but Steve could stop by. Barnacules was already on. We've got Jacob from EVGA. I can ask him. Actually, he just disappeared.
So yeah, we can get on to the next topic, man, until someone's
close
by.
You want to talk about Red Dead Redemption. Looks like the map got leaked here. Possibly, the map was posted, to a NeoGAF forum. There were some people that actually had called them out like right away, saying like, "Oh, this is fake." And he's like, "If you don't believe me, then blah blah blah, and fuck you." And it was like, you just went on kind of a tirade. So you take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But some of the information we're seeing here is that it's possibly a prequel. Bigger area than before. Looks like I think it's bigger than before. I'm sure someone has already measured this and is proving me wrong, but it looks bigger than the original map.
Yeah,
if I had to guess, and it has a lot more water as well.
Well, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I obviously anything if they decide to do a sequel or a prequel, that'd be fine. Doesn't matter. So, I'm cool with anything. How about you?
Dude, anything Red Dead Redemption, I'll be all over like a rash because honestly, even the first Red Dead Revolver, like the very first Red Dead Revolver that Capcom did, that was like split screen multiplayer. I absolutely loved that game. Me and my friends, like we played Halo 2 for like years, split screen on a couch, and we got tired of that. And the game we eventually switched to was Red Dead Revolver, because we could all sit around and play it split screen and just kill each other on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And then Call of Duty 4 came out for Xbox 360, and that became the new replacement for that. So
Yeah. When called
yes,
Souls, eh?
yeah. But yeah, I've been like waiting and pumped for anything Red Dead for a while, but with Rockstar, they never really put out the info like until it's like ready. Like we're ready to actually put out this game now. Like here it is, like ready to go.
Well, they had some thing, didn't they? Like I read on some news that there was a bit of like something going on in the company itself, like some lawsuits or something. So I hope the company's alright. Like I hope it doesn't affect them making the game, because like I thought GTA 5 was just amazing.
Yeah, bring it.
Like bring it on.
Bring the Tek Syndicate plate too.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to anything that comes out of Rockstar. I mean, yeah, because GTA 5, that was like one game that I'd finally played in a long time that was just really just fun, man. Just I wanted to wake up and play the game all day and then sit down, sleep, play it again.
So, all right, so we got a temporary guest to fill in while we were waiting.
Yeah.
Not to demean your presence here,
No worries.
but this is Hassan, right? Hassan,
Yes, Hassan.
from V1 Tech. You want to tell people what you do?
Yeah, sure.
I'll show them.
No problem. So we do custom mods out of Dallas, Texas. We make.
Speak a little bit louder. It's a dynamic mic.
Oh, no worries.
Speak a little bit louder and clearer.
So we make custom mods out of Dallas. We do products as well as the full systems themselves, but we tailor to DIY users. So we make custom parts for your case, PSU covers, back plates for your graphics cards, fan grills, even magnetic dust filters, and cable sleeving, especially for. Where should I be looking? Right here.
We're both in this frame right here. You can see us up there.
I'm looking up over there at myself.
No, it's all good. No, just look in here or look at Brian. That's what I usually do.
No worries.
Yeah.
This one is obviously my favorite one. I remember seeing this one online for.
Yeah, so
like
we can do
advance.
backplates and pretty much anything acrylic out of 32 different color options. We have solids, transparents, mirrored, and even UV colors.
Yeah, it's all good custom stuff. We've seen some of your work before. I think you've done some stuff with TechSource, right?
Yeah, some Tech Source. We've been on Tek Syndicate a couple times, even on Linus Tech, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Well, where can people find this stuff? All your
v1tech.com.
v1tech.com.
So everything I probably stated may not be on sale on the website immediately, but a lot of it's custom requests through email.
like custom to order stuff. A lot. So if you have a specific
Yeah.
color scheme for like sleeve cables or whatever, they could probably.
You can actually
do it.
configure the cables in any color you want on the website. But we give the cable combs for free.
That's good.
Based off the
Tek
pattern that you
Syndicate, that was
choose.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all right. Well, thank you for showing us the stuff. I'll link to it down in the description below, people, so they can check your stuff. But we're waiting on Wendell. But I might be doing something in the future, taking a look at some of this stuff. So keep an eye out. I'm going to be talking to Hassan, after the event, and maybe we'll get to take a look at some more stuff like this in the future and throw it in something. Should be fun.
Thanks
all right,
for
thanks,
having
man.
me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, dude. Like.
All right, man. See you later. All right. So we're gonna have Wendell come over now. All right.
Oh, Xeon talks. Get your Xeon questions ready.
No. This is not Xeon talk, Brian.
We can have
This
just
is
a little bit. We can
talk a little bit.
bit.
We can talk a little bit about Xeons.
Yeah.
Talk a
There's
little
a
bit
little
about
bit of Xeons that need to be discussed. Yeah.
Don't forget to not buy the wrong stepping on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So there's 2670s on eBay, and it seems like the deal of the century. But don't buy the wrong stepping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get the
don't buy the wrong one.
C2, yeah, the C2 stepping, or the SR0KX or something. So
Well,
yeah.
I think that's what Bad Seed almost did, right? He almost ordered the wrong one the first time he had to cancel.
Yeah,
and
you
reorder.
don't get the engineering samples. They don't go to 3 gigahertz. So, yeah, I made that. I warned people of that one a while ago. So, yeah, you don't want to get the engineering samples. They just won't go anywhere near as high as the retail samples. So, actually, Wendell, there was a Xeon, man, that I've actually purchased in the last week. So some tech pickups. I purchased a Xeon 2. It's the X1650, X1650.
Oh, okay, good, yeah.
And it's got 60, it's essentially like a 3930K, but it's unlocked. and it's also got that Xeon binning, right? So I've been hearing people are getting these things to 5 gigahertz on all 6 cores.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
Those are really, really stable at the higher clock speed as well, because it's quote unquote not very many cores, since they've got like 18 core and 22 core parts now.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you look into the Dell server boards or something? Someone here was telling me here about the Dell server boards instead of the ASRock rack boards, like used ones on eBay. He was saying that they're actually a pretty good find. Do you know what he's talking about? We couldn't. I was supposed to find him like the next day, and I could never find him again.
There's a ton of super micro boards, and you got to be a little bit careful because the UEFI on some of those boards is not actually upgradable. So one of the things that Intel likes to do is use super micro boards for their validation, but it's typically a custom Intel UEFI on the super micro board, and effectively that UEFI is not upgradable.
Dang. So yeah, you might be out of SOL, So.
What are you running in your rig here at Lan Syndicate?
It's an Ivy Bridge. I think it's a 3570K with 8 gigs of RAM.
Oh, 3570K.
And a GTX 760, but it's really portable.
I have a lot of nostalgia for that processor.
Yeah.
Which one was yours? Yours is that one that has like the screen built onto the tower, right?
Yeah,
that's insane.
It's the Lee and Lee. It's the little Lee and Lee case where I've replaced the window with an LCD.
So you modded that onto it, so they don't come with like a monitor mount.
No.
I'll when I'm doing some shots of some builds and stuff, I'll have to show you guys. But it is a tower with a monitor built onto the tower. I've not seen it before.
ITX.
That's pretty cool. The lights are going down. That means people are gonna actually start gaming soon. Now people have been gaming all day. We did have some issues yesterday. Did you get to game at all?
Yes, I played Half-Life 2 earlier. I came
nice.
in, I think, second, but it wasn't a tournament or anything. But I've still got a little bit of chops with Half-Life 2, just a hair.
Nice.
Did anyone bring an arcade stick? Look what I got for $10. Picked up a whole.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone brought an arcade stick.
Not only do we have an arcade stick, we've got like a 200-inch screen of Super Arcade Pac-Man over here.
Yeah, Logan was picking up the camera and showing them before. With massive projection screen, people playing multiplayer games. David Hunter again said, "Hi, Wendell. What's up, man? You rock." Well, I can't really
How's it going?
Can't really debate with that.
Oh, I heard there was a rumor as well. There's actually a very extremely rare Xeon that's a 10-core and it's already overclockable. So it's like this whole deca-core thing is like from Intel's already like not really a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's
it's
been
like
there for a while in the commercial land.
Yeah, the 1680 V3 or something, V2. I'm not too sure, but I was reading up about it and I was like, yeah, there's actually a 10-core that was overclockable. And I was like, damn, and the 8-core. There's already 8 cores of those available, but they're already rare as well. So, $150 for like a 3930K that overclocks higher, and like that's like a bargain. So,
yeah,
I'm doing a video on that one. That'll be definitely really good.
Man, I'll tell you, I was gonna render all weekend on the i7 on that laptop, but I've just been working on the i5 6600K, and I've actually been impressed with how decent it's been able to handle the 4K. It's not been unusable. It was okay if I set the preview down to 1080. But we got a quick topic we can go through. I thought you might find this one interesting, Wendell. Did you hear about this yet?
The QR code
the
for the
QR
blue
code
screen.
for the blue screen of death.
Yeah.
It'll take you now to, if you scan it, it'll take you to a website where other people might be having the same issue.
Well, that's good. That's long overdue.
Yeah, definitely, because otherwise it was just you had to go find it, and most people don't know how to find it or even what to Google what they need to go look for. It's usually just, oh, wait, it was blue. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much when I've had to deal with reports of a blue screen, it's been, my computer's making a frowny face. Well, did you write down anything else? No. Why was it doing that? I don't know. It was just a frowny face. Can you fix it? It's like, send me the Windows event log.
Yeah.
I used a PC I built a few years ago. I used to get a blue screen all the time. I was using ConvertX to DVD for files for DVDs, and every time it would finish a render, I would get a blue screen. I couldn't figure out what the hell it was, and I finally found out it was because it was forcing the optical drive to open and eject, and for whatever reason, that command would blue screen the PC. So once I disabled the ejection for the optical drive, it fixed it. That's the weirdest thing.
Oops.
He's like, oh yeah, it's not bad RAM. Your disk drive opens. You shouldn't do that. It's 2013. But yeah, this is something long overdue. It's I still don't really like Windows 10 yet, but this is a good feature. They should bring it onto Windows 8. Probably won't happen though. No, unlikely. The next quick tech topic we have here. Did you see this one, Brian? As Intel is planning to lay off thousands, supposedly.
It doesn't surprise me, right? I mean, I've actually been talking this year as kind of the year where I think we're going to go into recession, possibly. I mean, I don't know.
They admitted that the PC sales, I guess, are declining, so they're trying to shift into other areas. It doesn't say exactly what that is. Maybe mobile. Like, where would you assume mobile?
I've gotten mixed messages on this, and so PC sales is kind of declining, but also DIY sales is way up.
Yeah.
From where it was, so it's sort of like, okay, which one is it? I don't understand. Intel's focused most of their R&D efforts on cutting power usage and things that DIY people don't really care about. I mean, it's not that they don't care, it's just that they're just not high priority things for DIY people. And certainly, the Skylake updates benefit mobile a lot more than desktop or enthusiast people. I mean, if there had been a 6-core or an 8-core Skylake part, especially at a low price point, then it's like, okay, yeah, Intel's really on board with Enthusiast, but we're going to have a 10-core part, in Broadwell E, I guess. And, that's the direction that Intel's going. It's like, you must have X99, you must have all the premium stuff if you want bleeding edge, otherwise it's mainstream. It's kind of a bifurcation of the market, and I think it's more about computers that are just good enough at the low end, and so the low end and the high end is separating, and there's nothing left in the middle. And I think that's what is happening with Intel, because the stuff at the high end is going to be on a longer release cycle, and the stuff at the low end is going to be on a faster release cycle, but it's also not going to be significantly better. It's going to be lower cost or lower power.
It kind of seems
that's
like
why we've been seeing the small IPC gains, right, on the with the Skylake and all that.
I'd say they just can't. They can't. See, they're getting to a level where they just can't. Just whatever.
Well, I mean, they've been. I feel like they've been going along like that. They've been going along like that for so long. It feels because they've been competing with the FX chips forever. So they really haven't had much motivation to go ahead and kick it into gear. And it looks like when Zen comes out, if it competes, feasibly like a 6700K or something, around $300, it's going to make it really interesting to buy.
I mean, Intel having legitimate problems advancing because Broadwell's already the proof, right? They couldn't release Broadwell, the 4-core variants, for the desktop as soon as they wanted to. And, that's money for them, right? So they had to delay that because the yields weren't good enough. And so when you have that coming to the desktop market, you can see that Intel's struggling. They actually are struggling to advance. So...
Yeah. Well, but that's true, but the sales of Devil's Canyon, which came to sort of deal with that, were still really good.
Yeah, that seemed really like it did pretty well.
So I think that financially Intel is like, we're killing ourselves doing this 18-month TikTok, and we can still sell the Devil's Canyon. Let's just extend that out to 24 to 36 months. It'll be fine.
Well, it seems like they want to double dip as well. I think they want to double dip, since Skylake's ahead of whatever, they haven't even released Broadwell E yet. I think they want to try and double dip. Oh, well, hey, they'll get the fastest 4-core, and then when we release this one, they'll go and buy the 6-core. That's what it seems like they're trying to take a stab at now. Intel, they want to just extract every dollar they can out of you, right? With the K and the Z licensing.
Well, first after reading this article, they were saying, you're gonna, however you look at it, can go in different directions. I was thinking, okay, so they're probably gonna go mobile right now, since that's more popular. But after hearing you talk about it, maybe they do want to focus more on that enthusiast stuff and making it more for the DIY guys.
I think they're going to push the DIY guys to the high end,
which would be good for us,
and not give them a middle of the road option. And then everybody else is going to have to be mobile, low end, mass production. So it's going to be about mass production, and you get you as an enthusiast get whatever we happen to already have to need for that segment of the market, or you can use something at the really high end, which is typically a server part in a desktop format.
It almost feels like that would be going against what most other companies would probably do, because they would probably want to embrace what everyone else is doing. But it almost seems like they're saying, okay, we know the DIY market is a smaller group, but they're so passionate and hardcore, it's not going to matter. We're just going to put everything into that, possibly. Yeah, possibly. It's not like a guarantee or anything.
Because the reason I think that is because if you step back from desktop PCs and you look at the low-end market, the low-end market actually is a much wider spectrum with many shades of gray than it has ever been. and that is like, the Raspberry Pi 3, a $35 computer, is actually not an unreasonable computation device. And Intel just doesn't want to enter that market or do anything with it. But we see them working on things like Arduino-type platforms to build Enthusiasm. And it's like they just came out with it was like the 100 megahertz controller chip that's x86 compatible, that's compatible with the Arduino shields. I can't remember. It's a new version, but it's like the Galileo stuff and the Edison stuff that they've had historically, which has been more expensive. Hasn't really sold all that well and hasn't really got the grassroots support that the Raspberry Pi has. And so Intel is looking at this and they're like, oh crap, a lot of the really cheap stuff is good enough. And for the unwashed masses, an i3 is like super amounts of horsepower compared to a Raspberry Pi 3. And so Intel's probably looking at this and looking at the profitability in those markets and freaking out.
Well, it's nice to see them doing something different. I've just been besides X99, just Broadwell, Skylake. It just all kind of seems like it's been blending together, and I haven't really seen much that's interested me since really Sandy Bridge. Devil's Canyon was the first one since Sandy Bridge where it was like, okay, that looks interesting.
Well, think about the tech leap that we saw into Nihilum. So coming from socket 775 into 1366
was a
huge leap. 1366 machines are still actually pretty viable. Apple was selling 1366 machines through 2013 because that was the old style Mac Pro. There are still those Mac Pros that are still under the factory 3-year warranty from Apple, and it's socket 1366. And then the original socket 2011 is still being sold in the modern Apple Mac Pro, which is nuts because that's 3 years old plus technology, and it's still being used.
I wonder how much of the 1366 was due to hyperthreading though, because I know that's when they brought hyperthreading out to the mainstream. With 1366.
I think that's when they were ramping up to be able to support a lot of cores on the CPU, and they were worried about bottlenecking. And so, like, the 6-core parts were pretty much available on launch day, and 8-core was not very far behind, although I don't know if those made it out of the engineering sample things for 1366. But it was like, crap, we need a lot of L2 cache or L3 cache, and we need a lot of memory bandwidth because we've got a lot of processes that are running on these CPUs.
Yeah. And then, of course, Sandy was a massive increase as well. See, that were my two favorite jumps, was 1366 and 2011. They were pretty big. And then after that, it's just like,
incremental improvements.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going back to that 1650, the Xeon, because that thing at if I can get that to 5 gigahertz, that will be literally as fast as my 5820K at 4.4 gigahertz. So it's like, I'm the wiser. A chip that's 4 or 5 years old,
Yep.
Still kicking it.
The only thing I want this year so far in CPUs, I want Zen and I want a Deca-Core. And I'm going to be happy if I get to play with both of those at some point this year.
Do you even think Intel is possible of just scrapping the Z series and also the Ks off the mainstream, and then just be like, no, you got to go to X99 for your fix?
You got to go to X99.
I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past
them. And drop the K on all the lower i5 and i7s.
Yeah.
They
They might do that, eh?
Well, look at how careful they've been with the clock speeds. All right, so 4 gigahertz on the 6700K, but the V3 Skylake, the V5 Skylake Xeons, they don't touch 4 gigahertz. They've been really careful with the clock speed because clock for clock, those are identical. And it's like one's a Xeon, one's an i7, and they're like, ooh, we had some problems with people buying Xeons last time around. Let's not let them run 4 gigahertz on those Xeons that are the
let's get that
side.
extra $50-$60 out of them,
And let's make it so where the Xeon doesn't work on Z170 anymore because we can't have that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't use a cheap H10 motherboard, right? You got to go out and buy a Z170.
Oh no, they'll get rid of the overclocking, but they'll still keep the Z board so they can overcharge you for stuff.
Well, no, you can't even use a Z board, a Z170 with it. You got to have the C232 or the C236 chipset to use with the Skylake Xeons now. Whereas the last gen, you could totally run a Xeon on a desktop chip. You didn't necessarily have good ECC support, but you could do it. But now,
and then
no.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
And then even on those boards, they're just putting a heap of SATA ports as someone on a 4-core probably wouldn't even use anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's all these features you got to pay for.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna add some gaming topics. If you want to hang around for gaming topics, you got to get back to work.
I think I probably better get back.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, you guys.
Yep,
Yeah,
no
Wendell,
problem.
I'll have
Appreciate
to
it. Have you again.
I'll have to get you on like for a dedicated Xeon episode. A lot of people want to meet. Like, I keep getting spammed about that. Like, when's Wendell coming on for a Xeon?
I mean, I'm sure my viewers like Xeon's too, but his viewers are like insane for Xeon. So.
I've been playing with Azrock sent me a E3 V5 WS, and I've been using that with Linux. There were a couple UEFI hiccups, but they sent me some UEFI updates to get it working on Linux.
Yep.
And that board with the Skylake Xeon, the V5,
Yep.
holy crap! It's a really, really good value. It's like it's a very inexpensive board. It doesn't have a lot of crap on it, but it does have it has 2 by 16 slots. One's electrical by 16, but the second by 16 is wired in through the DMI, not through the chipset, and so it's designed for NVMe. And so it's like, hey, I want to use. It doesn't have an M.2 slot, but you can use an M.2 adapter.
Tim.
But I was using it with an NVME SSD, and that is like the perfect Linux like dev workstation. It's amazing.
Oh wow, yeah, like
It's so inexpensive, but it's like really powerful.
well, you should do like even drop some games on there. And just see how it goes.
See what goes.
Everybody loves gaming, man. Like I guess so.
The weakest point on that board was the Elna onboard audio, which is not great. But you got 3x1 slots, so you can fix that if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Yeah, easy fix. I mean, honestly, that Zonar DGX sound card from Asus, it's really good value. That's what I'm using at the moment. So you go and grab that, and just because the mic port on it's really good too. So if you want to do live streaming and whatnot, so yeah, just grab that board and then grab a sound card, and it sounds like you're good to go if you're a gamer too.
Yeah, you can do a lot with it. Cool. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
Thanks again.
Take
All right,
care.
see you later, man.
All right, Wendell. Thanks,
See ya.
man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, I'll see you around. All right, cool.
Always awesome having the Overmind on. I just, man, he just knows so much about everything. It's like
Well-
I just sit there listening sometimes. Like,
Well,
yeah.
the Knights of Wendell are here in full force at Lan Syndicate. I'm sure they're around. They're around. I was flagging for Timmy Tech because he's like, hey man, let me know when the show's going on, but now he was busy.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, everyone's just like,
I think this is the first time he's actually sat down and gamed because he's got a headset on. He's actually gaming and they're losing, so I think he's having a good time. Let me stand up and see if I can see anyone though. Anyone that's cool anyway.
so yeah, Intel
I'll
is.
give you guys
yeah.
a look at the. Sorry, go on. Do you want to move on to this, or do you want to talk more about Intel or the Xbox One Slim?
Well, I mean, it's just. I don't know, right? I mean, previously Intel eliminated 1,100
Hang on a
US
second,
jobs
Brian.
or something. So.
Hang on a second, Brian.
Yep.
Hey, we're live. Say what's up. There we go.
Alright, I'll actually. I've been getting asked a lot about. We should verse Linus Tech Tips in Scrapyard Wars. I mean, look, I'll send him
Heads
an
up
email.
battle.
Yeah, I'll send him an email and say, yeah, brother, like let's do it. You know, what's up? What up? You know.
Well,
I'll never back down from a challenge, man.
Dude, if you and me went up, you and me together against Linus and Luke, buying used parts, they would not stand a chance in hell.
See, I think if we did it right, if we
blow
did
them.
it, like,
We might have to bring an ace in the hole. We might have to bring in Wendell as our tag team partner. He might have to be the triple threat.
yeah, I mean, look, I'll send him an email and see if he's keen. Like, look, you know, I'd love to tee that up in the future if he's game, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, maybe not. You know, we don't have 1 million subscribers, so probably not. But you never know.
Well, I mean, on the season 4, they.
You never know. We could just pay him a lot of money and then we could do it.
Well,
That would probably work.
I don't know, but anyway, like a lot of viewers want that to happen. So I mean, I'll send him an email. So, yeah, what up? You know, what up? And I'll just go over there and just.
And when I say we kick their ass, I'm not even saying that I'd be able to do much of anything, but I would just be there with Brian, and Brian is the junkyard god. So.
I just don't
you
care.
would just
Like, I
kill it.
don't care, man. I'll walk up to anyone. I'll walk up to a guy on the street and be like, man, you got a PC at your home that you want to sell? I'll just find a deal if there are none. That's the whole thing about hustling, right? There's this, like, people ask me, man, where do you get these deals from? Like, every junk store I go to, do you think I'm paying retail? I'm hacking at those guys, man. I'll be like, look, you're asking $10 for this PC, I'll give you 5. You're asking 20, I'll give you 10. Like, I'm coming in there and just, like, imposing on them to the point where they're like, oh, I better give this guy a deal. And that's, you know, so that's how you do it. You got to hustle, man. And that's what it's all about. I think maybe I've got to make a video or a vlog where I'm just hustling. So
Maybe.
oh, yeah.
Well, I don't see any more guests to stop by unless anyone walks in the door like Kyle or Paul. So I think we should go with some topics. I might have one of the subscribers stop by for Q&A.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry, what
well,
were
we
you gonna
got Dark Souls 3, yeah. I mean, this is huge
the order
news, so.
the order I have, the next one was the Xbox One Slim. But if you want, actually, let's do Dark Souls and then we'll go on to the Xbox Ones. So yeah, let's do Dark Souls 3.
Get the Xbox One Slim out the way. And it's,
You sure?
It's like,
All right.
it's boring news for me
What?
anyway.
What, the Dark Souls?
No, Xbox Slim. Like, I'd rather talk
Oh.
about Dark Souls. a bit more.
Okay. So basically, there's been some rumors floating around about like a new Xbox upgrade, like a 4K Xbox, and now people are looking at this as proof that there's going to be. We still don't know if it is for sure. It's just basically a different patent file or a FCC filing in Brazil for a different wireless module. Now, take it with a grain of salt because this could mean that yes, they're making a slimmer Xbox, so they need to do a new one, or maybe they just started sourcing the wireless module from a different company for the current Xbox Ones, which is very possible. Companies change the sourcing of hardware all the time, like Logitech on their G502s, for instance.
Yeah.
They, use Omron switches, but sometimes they have to outsource that to other companies that make switches that are rated the same, but they're not Omron named switches.
Oh yeah, on the topic of mice, man, I got this G100S, and wow, it's not even anywhere near as good as the G3. Like, I'm just disappointed. This little G3 I've got here, it's just unbeatable, man. Like, it's just so because, like, why won't Logitech just re-release this mouse? I just don't understand. And, here I am just, like, using the G3, comparing them side by side. I actually think the G100S is a little bit smaller. And it doesn't have the side buttons. And then I'm clicking the left click on the G100S, and it feels cheap. I hate it when a mouse feels cheap, right?
I just want to know how. I don't even know what the hell happened there. But all I know is we were talking about the Xbox One.
Oh yeah. Well,
and then you started talking about your mouse. and yes, Jennifer is playing tabletop games right now. Yeah, I know Jennifer is playing tabletop games.
Well, it's just like, I mean, dude, Xbox One, like, look, consoles are not going to be able to play 4K unless they cost $1,000. Mark my words. They just don't have the hardware. An APU cannot run games at 4K. It's a far stretch from running games at 4K as well. So you have to put in a pretty damn good dedicated graphics card in to run, for a console to even run 4K. I mean, sure, supporting 4K movies or whatnot, hey, but are they really going to do that? Really just going to release a console and say, okay, it's got 4K playback? Like,
yeah.
Like,
I don't think so. I don't think there's a chance in hell that, I mean, they're talking about upgradable hardware like on these new Xboxes or PlayStations possibly. I don't know how that's going to go down with console gamers. It doesn't have the best track record in the past. If you look at like the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, they had the expandable 32X that you could put on there, which essentially just gave it more memory. So you were able to play your 32-bit cartridges, and it was just, it was like, wow. It's like, yeah, you can buy this thing, which was like a lot of money for its time, and then you could play Doom on your Sega, which was not anywhere near as good as on the PC. But you got to at least play Doom.
Okay, I got asked in the comments, and he's asking why did I come to Japan? Why do I live in Japan?
He asked you lived in, in Japanese as well.
Yeah.
And yes, I am wearing a necktie, Fernandez. Business casual today.
And I'm an English, I am an English YouTuber in Japan at the moment. So
How's
what's it like? Yeah, so what's it like being an English YouTuber in Japan? The reason I came to Japan, I'll quickly get out of the way. I mean, I get asked a lot about this lately. So, Boze-san arigato, I live in Japan just because of women, ex-women. You know, like my ex-wife was Japanese, and we had a kid, and I've been here since. So, like, I got to work out what I've got to do. I don't know why I'm still here, to be honest. But my boy's here, you know, and I love him. I love him more than all this, more than everything, right? That's what you should. You should love your children more than anything in the world. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing just. I don't know. My job's pretty good at the moment, and I'm just loving doing YouTube. So, just staying positive. That's the reason why I'm here in Japan still. And I mean, being an English YouTuber in Japan is actually really good. Like, it's really good because no one like really knows me on the streets here, so it's peaceful.
Yeah.
So, so I live in the country, and it's just really good because I could just I work all day, and then like I come home and I'll do YouTube all night. I'll be making a video, or at the moment I'm just benchmarking a like crap load of benchmarks, man. There's going to be a lot of benchmarks coming out in the next week, and yeah, just been doing that, and that's about it. So it's really good.
Do you want to go into this this Dark Souls topic? If I was going to say I could ask Qain if he wants to stop by because he's over there now.
That's okay, man. Like
he might be busy, but let's go into this Dark Souls topic. Yeah, it's the fastest selling Souls game on the PC. I guess I had a lot of controversy come up on this one, man, because I did that performance review.
Yeah.
And I was honestly like I didn't really like lay into them like really hard, but I mentioned quite honestly and repeatedly to tell people if you buy this game, you pretty much need a controller because it has no PC control prompts at all. Which and then people were making the argument, oh well, this game is better with a controller. I agree, it is better with a controller, but that's only because the developers have not taken the time to optimize for a controller. And if you think that those kinds of games are always better on a controller, well then that's subjective. I will say that right now as it stands, Dark Souls, all of them are better on a controller. But if they were to spend time and optimize the control scheme to get it somewhere near like Witcher 3 or something, which controls absolutely fine on a mouse and keyboard, and it's actually a fairly similar combat. I mean, you got your blocking, your rolling, your riposte and parrying and all that stuff. It's very similar combat sort of to Witcher in some ways. I'm not saying it's like a copy of Witcher. Don't take that at 100% from me, but
Yep.
If Witcher could have an optimized combat system like that, then I don't see why Dark Souls couldn't. And I didn't even have to go over and ask. Qain just came anyway.
I have a sixth sense for this kind of stuff.
The wire goes on the left side. from what I've heard.
Just, hey, Qain, how you going, man?
Uncomfortably
Good.
close.
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Just got impaled again. So.
Oh, I heard you had. I heard you had something happen with that afterwards, though. You weren't feeling too well.
The RFID chip wasn't writing properly, so we decided that the best course of action was to try to dig it out, and that turned into I want to say a disaster. It just didn't work very well. Yeah. And it's just the nature of the beast. So getting him out is actually relatively easy if you have the right tool. You just didn't have like the medical grade sterilized tweezers to snag onto it and pull it out. But he had it most of the way out, and then I decided to do a hard reboot. I basically had a kernel panic. The system crashed. Powered off, powered back on. Well, it was a reboot. It wasn't really powerful. It wasn't cold boot. It was just hard reboot.
But the VMware Wendell was working fine, yeah? The VMware?
No. That's actually what caused the kernel panic.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it crashed the whole system. It powered off, powered back on, or rebooted. And when it came back, I had to do a file system check. We were good to go.
But now it's working okay, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I have one question.
Do you have it in both hands or just the one hand?
Yeah, no. This one here, in this hand, I've got the NFC chip. So
if
you got a phone with an NFC, I could show you what's going on. This one here is just RFID. It's 125 kilohertz versus the 13.56. So this one here, the 125 is the same kind of thing as used for like a badge door or whatnot. And this here, I'm going to give him my entire life. Everything on this chip is just like full-on identity, everything. Oh, it wants your Bluetooth. What are you doing?
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea what's on here. I keep joking that I'm going to put 2 girls, 1 cup on this. So when people try to steal my shit.
Right now it's going through all of my messages that I have new messages.
Oh.
But it'll stop.
You know where your NFC antenna is?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, so that's the other thing is with these phones. This is one of the things people are like. Might steal your stuff.
It seems so iffy on this phone, honestly.
I'm gonna have to try to curb my foul mouth, so I don't know what you guys do on the.
This is actually
There we go.
see
All
that's
right, so-
that's such a good illustration of how short range it is. Is that we were at the other end of the phone and it wasn't
All right,
working.
So here we go. So we can put this on the screen, and we'll just up here at the top. It's not doing anything, but right in the middle of it. And so you can't even do it. Oh my God, so secure and insecure, and someone's gonna steal it from 10 feet away.
Now
I
they're
can't
just,
even do it again.
Now they're just like, no, this technology is just broken.
yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
work.
It did work a moment ago, but we saw it when you went from the top to the bottom.
I had it. There we go.
There it
So
goes.
yeah, I got nothing. It's a new
It seemed
tag.
like you have to go from bottom to top almost. That was like
It-
like a motion gesture.
Yeah, I mean, it has to, it's mostly, you know, the antenna itself is teeny tiny. It's a small little, it's like the size of a grain of rice, and it's actually
Yeah.
about shaped the same. And you have to hit it just on the right frequency antenna. And
on cell phones, I guess it's smaller than normally. Like you would use like an
well,
ID badge
usually
on or
you,
something.
usually you get the NFC tags. They're like this big disc that you stick on something. And I'm only going to be able to do it when I'm looking at myself. Maybe there's a camera involved. Hi, stealing my identity. Anyway,
it works. That's
that
all you
one
need to
works.
know.
This one here was being a little finicky, and the
Different
other guy
frequencies,
who got,
right? The
yeah,
difference.
totally different. This one's 125 kilohertz. This one is 13.56. So this one, it's being in its NFC, it's got 880 bytes of writable data, which can be a lot of different things. Like I said, you could write a web address. So my joke is that I'm going to put 2 girls, 1 cup on here. So anybody who tries to steal it from me, they're going to get up on my face. I'm going to hold my hand down and stick their phone on it. They get to watch that. And if you don't know what that is, do not Google it. Don't do that. Don't. And You're going to do it anyway, but don't. I'm warning you, don't.
Don't look up 2 girls, 1 cup, but you can look up 2 PCs, 1 bag, which is my Lan Syndicate bagging video.
There you
How I got
go.
all my gear
That's
in
much
there.
better. So,
yeah, there you go. Look up
I'll
that
do that.
instead.
I'm going to put that in here instead.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That's a
anyway,
good
yeah,
one.
so it's it's fun. And then like I said, this one here, it wasn't working right, so we were concerned that it might be a dud, that it somehow may have in some point, because they test them before they put them in the needle and get them sterilized. It may have just malfunctioned somewhere, some way. But the reader that we were using, the cloner that we were using, wasn't exactly the greatest in the world anyway. So we just tried to dig it out. And after about 6 or 7 seconds, it's like, okay, I'm just going to let you try to do this, and I'm going to sit over here and breathe and just focus on my meditation breathing, because, I mean, if you've never had subdermal manipulation,
digging around in your skin.
it's not even that it's like, oh, it's so painful. It's just, it's like a dull throbbing sound feeling, but there is a strange sensation. But the biological reaction that your system has, or in my case, the cybernetic reaction that my system has, it's just
cybernetic.
It malfunctions.
At this point.
Like I said, it caused a driver issue in my hand, kernel panic, system reboot. And I had to do a file system check upon boot, because you all know what that is, all the XT2, XT3 stuff. So it just hasn't been checked in a while. I haven't been rebooted in a couple of years. So.
You think they'll have a gun for that in the future? Like you just do, shoo.
You mean like injecting it?
Like a piercing gun, basically.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Piercing guns are a little different than like hollow needle stuff. So a piercing gun actually just it kind of holds the back of like your ear, and it pulls it against the piercing stud and then punches it through. It's actually the worst thing because you're stretching the skin and just kind of. It's like, have you ever taken a piece of plastic and stretched it out and then poked it with your finger? That's what's happening to your skin when you get like a piercing gun. So that's actually the worst thing you can possibly do if you want to get a piercing. So it's a hollow needle, but it's somewhere between 11 and 10 gauge wire, which would be your American wire gauge. So
yeah.
I saw the needle before. It was pretty big.
It's huge. I mean, it's a big needle. And then they have to stick you with it, and then they back it out just a little bit, and then they have to inject the tag. So the backing out is because they've carved out a path for the tag to go in, and then you just leave it inside and you pull the needle out, and you've got a hole in your hand. That's it's a big hole.
But someone got it earlier who said he's afraid of needles. He usually passes out needles, and he got one.
Yeah.
And he didn't even flinch.
No, he was good.
He just commented like, yeah, you could feel that. Like you could say like he wanted to react a little bit more, but
yeah, we've got a whole crowd of people standing around. You're trying to like be all.
Yeah, you got to man it up.
You got to man it up and like be all.
It
tough
doesn't
about
hurt at all.
But in all reality, it is a needle. It is carving hole. I mean, it's no different than getting like
pretty
blood
big
drawn.
gauge
It's
needle,
just a big
too.
gauge needle, it's just kind of a I don't know. Didn't really bother me going in. It was the him rooting around with it for 2
moving it
minutes
around,
that kind
yeah.
of really hit my reboot switch. It's like and that was kind of fun. Luckily, I had a couple of really nice guys sitting around who knew what to do in that kind of instance. And one of them had this. He's a physician's assistant, so he had a really nice patch that he put on this.
Yeah, you got a little lightheaded, right? What I'm saying. Logan was saying you got a little lightheaded or
A little
something?
bit, yeah. I mean, it was just kind of like, ooh, what's going on? And like I said, system reboot. It was fine.
Yeah, just a system reboot.
But it wasn't even that it's painful. It's just like a bruise technically is painful, but it's not. It's not like, oh my God, my arm got chopped off. It's just it's hurts to touch. It's that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Other than that, what's your favorite Terminator? What model?
My favorite Terminator.
That was a hell of a segue.
That's it.
I would have to say my favorite Terminator is actually the T101.
Oh,
Not the
T101.
101A. T101.
I'm T1000.
The T101.
So you're just a pile of goop.
Yeah, that's it.
It's only held together by your will. If I distracted you, you just kind of melt.
That's it.
Terminator 1 Arnie is the best one.
That's what I'm saying. That's the 101.
Yeah,
And then you got
T800.
the 101. Oh, T800. Oh, you're right. T800. That's what I was thinking. Which one is the 101?
I don't know.
T800. That was T800A. I don't know.
I think Terminator 2 was T800.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was T800A. It was actually if you look it up, you can find images where it's like his vision, and it's got the labeling of what he is in the corner. Of the
I could
vision.
remember in the second one specifically, he does say Cyberdyne Systems Model 101, something like that. I remember that in Terminator 2. So yeah.
So maybe that was
the
one.
Model
So
1.
yeah. So that Arnold model is 101, and then the Terminator 2 model was 101A. It was like it was a revision, and whether the revision was because of the modifications that future John Connor did to him, and then before he sent him back, or if it was just the next upgrade, because he had eyebrows. The first one did not. Little details, and it made him seem a little less human.
So, was that actually part of it? Did they do that intentionally, or did he just shave his eyebrows in the 80s?
No. The first Terminator, they basically had him shave his eyebrows because it made him look, or they masked it with like cosmetics or whatnot. But they did that to make him seem less human and a little more menacing.
Yeah.
Because if you've ever seen somebody without eyebrows, it's just not. There's something about it that is unsettling.
Only Whoopi Goldberg can pull it off.
But yeah, I mean, you see the person with no eyebrows, and you're just like, that just doesn't.
It takes
look
a second.
right.
It's like, yeah, it just lacks definition.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun times.
Also, cosplay. Has anyone come there with a tinfoil hat on?
We did have a stormtrooper doing security for the beer tent.
He was both security for the beer tent, and he was also serving alcohol. So we had the Empire here. It was nice.
Yep.
He had full equipment, including an E111.
Was that the new stormtrooper gear, or the?
I want to say it was the original, like A New Hope's era of stormtrooper.
I couldn't tell enough of a difference. I'm sure Barnacules can. He's pretty well versed.
Now
in
the
this.
new stuff has got a little bit. It's got a little bit different cuts on the
flashy.
shoulders, a little bit flashier on the helmet than the. But like A New Hope, it was very simple and elegant. Empire had those stormtroopers, including they had snowtroopers, and for the different environments. I'm just a walking encyclopedia. A lot of this science fiction and fantasy.
I wanted to ask you, because we talked to Logan about it. Have you played the Doom beta yet?
No, I have not. I haven't played anything this entire weekend so far. I have not played anything.
Okay, I wanted to get your feedback on the beta.
My game has been, how to make the network operate properly without everybody getting mad at you.
I can attest to that.
And the answer is blame Comcast, because it really is their fault.
Yep.
I'm not even joking. It really is their fault. Like,
I
so
forgot to say that earlier.
There was a guy who I had a technician coming out today, and he was supposed to be here by 6, and he called me 30 minutes before 6, and I missed the call because I didn't hear my phone, and he couldn't find this place. We've got a giant.
It's an airplane hangar.
It's an airplane hangar. We've got a giant sign on the side of the building, and there are cars everywhere. And I told him what to look for, and he just can't. There's a technician outside. He can't. He called me. Then the Comcast itself called me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. The issue we ran into yesterday was the Cisco modems for Comcast. They have a thing called MoCA, which is multimedia over coaxial audience or something like that, or I don't even know what the hell the A stands for. It's kind of stupid. But basically what it is if you put two cable modems in the same system, they will talk to each other, and one will go into MoCA mode, which just acts as an extension of the other one. And it's really annoying when you're trying to have two live circuits, and what you end up having is one live circuit and one that's trying to copy or extend the first one. And when you've got a system that's trying to load balance between the two, it just breaks because wait a minute, the default gateway is the same on both of these, so it just uses one or the other. And in our case, it was using the Mocha version, and it was actually causing a degradation on the line. It was really, really dumb. So we had them come out and swap the modems out. And then this morning, Wendell and I were looking at it going, why is it doing this? It was actually pegging us at, both of them are working now, but they're only working at about 65, 70 megs a second.
You can see what it's going at about here on the stream and see how it's fluctuating.
Yeah, and that's because...
I have it capped at 1,500. It's staying around 1,000 to 1,300.
And you are... Well, the upload is a little less affected by it. I mean, it is, but it's less affected by it. But the... Because we're supposed to have a 250 by 50 times 2, and right now we're getting about 65 to 70 variants, depending on which circuit it is, and the upload on both of them is like between 5 and 6. And the issue is that you got people sending stuff out and checking on things. You get 250 people like checking a web browser. You don't really think that's a lot of data, but it's a lot of data. And then you're streaming, so that doesn't help the circumstances situation. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, but that is. I mean, we are working with a, annoyingly enough, a limited resource in the fact that, you know.
Yes, this was not simple to get this set up. Trust me.
I mean, I was working yesterday morning for about an hour and a half, and then the thing went into Mocha mode and kind of ruined the whole damn thing. So it was just like, this is dumb. So anyway, that's what we're dealing with. It's fun times.
It's still fun though, and everyone here has been great though. Like even yesterday, like when we didn't have network for like the first 6-7 hours, everyone was just hanging out, having a good time.
Well, I kept the network off for the first few hours because the thing was breaking, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. There's no reason for this to happen in the manner that it is. So we got a guy running an RC car around.
Is that why I was able to connect, but it said no network still?
That was because I think I had there were 2 tables that had the networks turned on, and that was just to make sure that the DHCP server was going to work, that you guys are going to get on the right side of the network, all that kind of jazz. And that was mostly my testing bench, which is you guys here, and then I had a table that only had like 3 guys on it, and I'm like, they'll be fine. And that was just to make sure it worked in practice, where, I mean, in the lab it worked great. You put it here, and suddenly I'm like, I want to make sure it's still working, and it was.
Yeah.
But I left everybody else off because I was more concerned with getting access to the internet, because I know all of these wonderful modern systems, the moment they get a network connection, the first thing they do is check the internet. The second thing they do is download all the damn updates. And then the third thing they do is open Steam, and it downloads all the updates. And the last thing I wanted was this entire room trying to do all of that and not being able to do it.
Yeah, that's why the night I could have brought my PC here the day before. I was here the day before we started. I was like, no, I left it at the hotel downloading all night because it's like I didn't want to game the network. I was under the impression that's what everyone was going to be doing.
And that's what we hoped to. But a lot of times your hotel's internet sucks ass.
It did. That's why I was in all night. It did take all night to download Doom.
I was really hoping that I was going to have this up and running earlier in the day, but our original schedule to open was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. And we open the doors at 9 so people can come in, get set up, so we can go live at 5, or earlier if we can get that. But then we had to deal with Comcast, and today we've had to deal with Comcast. And I feel bad only because of the fact that we are actually in a worse position today with both circuits running than if we just yanked one of those damn Ciscos and let the one go. Wow. And that aggravates me to no end.
But it's been pretty smooth. It hasn't been terrible.
Yeah. We don't have a Steam caching system up and running because that was one of those things that was supposed to be installed and ready to go, but we didn't get the system until last minute, and 4 of the 4 hard drives were all DOA. I take it back, that's a lie. 3 of the 4 were DOA. One of them was going, please, I'm not dead. It was doing the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm not dead! Yes, you are. You'll be stone dead in a moment. No, I'm not. I think I'll go for a walk. That's what this hard drive was doing. I'm like, no, it's dead. It is totally dead. And it wasn't even me trying to hurt it or smack it with a big club. It was dead. It was on its way out the door. So we had to go buy new drives. I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually install Linux on the damn thing to get the caching system up and running. But if I could do that.
So there's been a lot of exchanges of USB 3 flash drives with games for installs going on.
And that's great. I'm glad that everybody brought those. And then actually, I think that encourages everybody to interact a little more.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's just a lot of the people hanging out was just meeting people because they needed help with stuff or whatever.
And I think that's really more about what these kinds of environments are for. If you came to a party to sit in the corner and just be in a room full of people, that's cool. But I think that being a kind of in a certain situation where you're almost forced to interact with everybody. I mean,
and also people that you don't get to see every day, and put a face to people that you maybe read in your real life that say those aren't real friends, those are online. Those are people too.
Absolutely. I do find that there's a couple
Good
of people here
people.
who they don't want to tell anybody their forum handle because they're like, I'm kind of a jerk on the forum and I don't really want. I mean, I'm a nice guy, but I'm kind of a jerk on the. I'm like, are you a jerk on the forum because you think there's a level of anonymity? Because I know I'm going to be paying attention to you because I'm going to be like, who's talking about being there? And I'm going to check. Like, you're that guy. I'm going to give you a stern finger waving.
I wouldn't have said anything about that. I wouldn't even brought it up.
I know, right? I actually had the conversation yesterday. I'm like, man, you just basically told me that I need to start watching out for which one of you are.
You just basically told us that you're the forum troll.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hold on, I have a question. I don't know why this question came up, but do you
No.
think Disney will kill Star Wars?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
David Hunter. This is his third donation to the stream. He wants to know if he could see you without your sunglasses.
Go watch the RJ45. Evil
Exactly.
RJ45
Yeah, you
cable.
weren't wearing them in that.
That was the most painful video I've ever made.
So I've been here for 3 days. I've been outside at night with Qain at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've seen him with his glasses off one time.
When was that?
I don't recall.
Was I in the
but it
bathroom? Were you snooping on me when I went in
No,
the bathroom?
you may have been coming out of the bathroom. I don't know, but no.
Joke is just opening the door like, oh,
3 o'clock.
yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, driving, still with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
You must
No, I
have
do.
night vision at
And
this
I'm
point.
going to be... Okay, so there's this running... I'll just be perfectly honest with everybody. I think it's funny because one of the things that I have an issue with, there's two bits here. One, there's a legit reason for me wearing them, and it's not I'm a pompous bro douche, which I get a lot. I get a lot. Like, oh, you're wearing sunglasses at night indoors. In a studio in front of a giant studio lamp. And you know this. When you're dealing with cameras...
Especially
order
with
to get-
flip out screens, and so you don't look at yourself.
In order to get like a depth of field that looks nice, where you blur out the background, you open the aperture up a little bit, but you still have to light the set, otherwise everything just looks
right.
dim and dark. If you want to have like a more flat image where everything seems to be in focus, you have to shrink the aperture down, which is what your pupil does on your eyes anyway. You have to shrink the pupil down. And in order to do that, you really have to light the set because now you're fighting the fact that the less light can come through the lens. So in a camera situation, we set it just the way we need it to make it look good, and then we still have to light the set. So I'm sitting there staring at a camera with two giant light bulbs behind it. It's like, yes, I'm going to be wearing,
And
my
are you guys
corrective prescription sunglasses, because not only is the prescription for corrective, it's also prescription for the sunglasses. I've got like ocular sunburns.
Are you guys using LEDs? Is that why?
No, it doesn't really matter. We've got like
Yeah,
this. Well,
don't
we're
use
using.
LEDs.
I've heard LEDs are worse for your eyes.
they're
That's
terrible.
Oh yeah, doesn't really matter what. If it's bright enough to light the set, it's too bright because I end up just squinting and then it just looks like I'm high and I'm like I'm not high. I'd like to. Everybody thinks I'm high anyway, but I'm not gonna sit there and squint the entire time because then I just feel like it's hurt. It's painful. It's painful.
Well, at least you chose a good frame.
Yeah.
Those are some good Oakleys.
Now these frames are actually a coincidence. I happened to walk into Oakley one day. Like I never afford Oakley, but I won a lot of money in a casino one time. I'm like, I've got like $1,000. I just turned $100 into $1,000. I walked into this Oakley shop. I'm like, those are really nice. They no longer make these frames.
That's unfortunate.
And I got these about 7 years ago. And then the prescription I got put in because I'm like, can I get prescription for these? And somebody, the eye doctor was like, yeah, we've got Carl Zeiss will make them for you. So I got Zeiss lenses, tinting and everything.
They're like a more stylized Agent Smith glasses because it's rimless on the bottom.
Yeah, it is. And that was the other thing I liked about them. And mainly they got a spring hinge on the side. They work out really well. But they're nice. They wrap around because they block light coming in from the side. That's the whole point behind it. This is the most honest I've ever been on an open stream. Most of the time, I just tell people they're being assholes.
I couldn't believe what me and Logan were talking about earlier.
People will come up to me in. I've actually had people come up to me while I was
Really?
in like PAX, and they'll be like, "Hey, dude, what's with the effing glasses?" And I'm like, "You need about 3 seconds before you can take 5 steps back, or I'm gonna punch you." And they're like, "Why, man? Well, you gotta be a jerk." I'm like, "You're being the jerk. I'm just putting you in your place." Because seriously, you walk up to somebody who's in a wheelchair missing a leg, dude, man, what's with the effing wheelchair? You're not gonna do that. You recognize like, you man, seriously, get crutches, man. What's wrong with you? It's the same exact level of attitude. And if that's the kind of person you are, go away.
Just move along. Why do you care? What's the problem? Does it really annoy you that much?
I know. I'm like, man, I don't like talking to this guy. He doesn't know anything. He's stupid. He's wearing glasses, so I'm not gonna listen to him.
It's like the 60s housewives, like men with their hair too long and the hippies.
Yeah.
All their hairs are too long. I can't discern them from women, so it annoys me.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, it's the same thing with like this stuff. You know, you get this. Oh my God, why would you get that? The government's tracking you. You're an idiot.
No.
And I understand this technology more than you.
Well, I want it because it's the mark of the beast, and I just need to embrace that.
So I'm going to let you all in a little secret. This is the first time I'm actually going to broadcast this out to everybody because this is hilarious. Have you paid attention to your IP address here in the network?
Nope.
Oh, you should pull that up. Just take a look at gander at it, and while you're doing that, I'll. So Doom came out this weekend. No, not the public IP address. Your local IP address.
Oh no,
You know how to do that?
Oh, is it on IP config? You mean?
192.
Just do it.
168.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, on going 192.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we're not anywhere near one.
Okay.
Just do an IP config. And you can pop it up and it's funny. And you can read it off. I just think it's hilarious. Right there. Yeah, that one.
10.66 10.66.6.29.
And so the network is 10.66.6. The VLAN that everybody's sitting on is 666. And I did it kind of in a... One, I was laughing about the whole Mark of the Beast thing, and secondly, because Doom came out this weekend. You know, the open beta for Doom was this weekend, and Doom's original network port was 666. If you look up the IANA designation for the port, it is 666. They got it way back when. Nobody else wants it anyway, but...
Oh, and if you try to DDoS it, you'll be DDoSing private internet access.
Yeah, guys.
So, enjoy that.
But anyway, it's I just think the whole thing is kind of funny. This whole place is just this giant, devil worshipping. That's what people do with computers these days, right? That's what it is. You summon Satan. Into your computer.
Satanist Syndicate. Yeah.
In your hand.
You get a Mac, you get Windows installed, Satan's installed.
The market. Hey, calm down. It's not even in the left hand, okay?
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's
Oh,
my left
yeah.
hand. And I
He's
got
got-
one
he's
over
got-
here, so
he's got it in both
That's
hands.
it. I got the devil technology in both hands. I'm screwed.
Yep. Mark of the beast.
Are they screaming out now?
No.
Anyway.
Yep. All right. Well,
Chaos ensues.
what's up?
It's chaos ensues, man.
The countdown has reached 0. The chaos is already ensuing.
I know.
I can see it up there. Them playing Fistful of Frags.
Oh yeah, we finally got a projector and someone's playing it on the big wall. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway.
I'm actually going to play some games. We're going to get off stream here in a moment because we've already been going for a while. But thank you for
I
coming
know.
on.
Well, I've been running my mouth, so I'll get out of here.
Yeah,
Nice,
thank you, man. Awesome. I will see you
This guy
around.
rocks.
Yes, so does he.
Thanks, Qain.
All right. See you later.
Peace out, guys.
Don't forget your phone.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Sweet. So, yeah, man. Like, if we got any pressing topics, I mean, we didn't
No,
really
no,
pull
we're
up a
pretty
lot of
much-
topics, so...
No, we're pretty much threadbare on topics, and I need to get out of here in a few moments. So
we can take some questions.
Yeah, we'll take a
few dying questions.
Yeah, we'll take a few quick questions, you guys. But I got to get out of here in about 5 minutes because these chairs here, I'm going to be honest, they're horrible.
Yeah, they
like
look
one
painful.
person was smart enough to bring a chair, and you even see me at home. I have to readjust quite a bit. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like right there with Qain, like we were like pretty much like wedged together. So like I felt like if I adjusted, I was basically like moving him around. I was like.
Yeah.
My ass is killing me, so we just need to get off the show.
Yeah.
And unless Paul and Kyle walk back in which case we'll go back on for probably another hour. Actually, you know what? For the Q&A, I wanted to get one of our subscribers on, so let me get him over. BioBandit! BioBandit!
Right, guys, ask away. Questions. Let's do this. I got an arcade stick. That's all you need to know.
Do you know BioBandit from the comments? Do
There's
you recognize that name, BioBandit?
Not really on my not really on my comments. Is he on your
from TGW from the live chat. Sit down, man.
$10? See, that's how much I paid for it. People are like always like, how much do you pay for your stuff? Like you so every video I make now, use PCs, I'm gonna like show the prices that I've paid.
Like uncomfortably close. We pretty much have to
right.
be. Yeah, this is this is BioBandit. We're just we're winding down the show.
Hello,
doing Q&A.
I didn't have to crash. He invited me over.
Well, usually you would be in the. This is the first time that the chat gets to come to here. So we're doing the Q&A now. So okay, do you have a question? Actually, we'll do first question from you if you have one. Now you're on the spot.
Yeah, I am.
You know what? I'll give you.
Do you want to play Doom?
Actually, I do. You know what? There's actually this has been going on all weekend, and it's going to come out anyway. So we'll just break the news here. Go ahead and ask me what my real name is.
Oh yeah, what is your real name?
My real name is Craig. There you go.
He's a Craig.
Yes, it is. My real name is Craig. Bombs have been dropped. There you go. It's so many people have said my name this weekend and find out my name, and it's not really a big deal. I've never really made an effort to really like hide it because it was like it's out there to find it anyway. But and plus I'm in groups on Facebook where they know that I'm Joker, like Furious PC Gaming, like they know who I am. So it's not a secret, but I've just never gone out of my way to just say, hey, this is my name. But there you go. End of discussion there on that, because it's going to come out after this weekend probably. So there it is. I am Craig. Hello.
The
you
Craggle.
have to call me Joker.
Well, you call him the Craggle too.
Well, Craig is actually from. It's based on an Irish Gaelic word for crag. It means crag dweller.
Okay.
So that's what it means.
Yeah, well, the Lego. Is it the Lego movie? They got the Craggle.
Let's see.
The Craggle.
Let's see what kind of questions we got. Can you get Wendell drunk? I don't think Wendell drinks. Wendell seems like a pretty straight-laced guy. I don't think he drinks. But I don't know. Maybe. 40. Let's see.
Yeah, computers can't drink, so I think that's out of the question for Wendell.
When are you going to host your own LAN? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I got asked if
why
I was
would
coming to
I won't host my own. I'll just keep coming to these because these are way awesomer than anything I could put on. Logan's already done all the groundwork for me. I'll just come to these.
So yeah, I got asked about the dual Xeon builds. I mean, what exactly is the attraction? It's a good thing to talk about. Basically, the dual Xeons really are for someone who can utilize all those cores and all those threads, right? When you look at that Cinebench score, that's what the process is capable of doing. But with a recent video I released, I tested it in Premiere Pro, and unfortunately, that application doesn't utilize the CPU and the threads as much as I thought it would. I was actually pretty shocked, but at the same time, that's when you start to get into the gist of what a rig like this in the background can do. I can just render my video out and I don't even feel a thing because all those threads and cores aren't being utilized properly. I've still got room to then make a thumbnail. I've still got room to chat on Skype, listen to music, play video games, all while the video is rendering. That's what the appeal is for me. At the moment, I've got some other builds coming. I mean, I did test it against the 12 core and this thing just beat the 12 core in like every way I could think of. So, I mean, 2 of the 12 cores would be a different story. But even then, you start to get to a level of how much power do you need, and you've got to balance that out for you, right? Yeah. Everyone out there can make a video saying, oh, well, these are my tests, and this is what I've found. But at the end of the day, it depends on how that person's tested it. Now, for instance, when I did my tests in the past with Premiere Pro, it was pretty much CPU bound. It didn't matter if I turned on CUDA or not, it didn't make a difference because I wasn't really throwing a lot of effects in and adjusting my colors in the past. But now that I'm doing all this different editing, I'm finding that CUDA and OpenCL are so crucial in my workflow.
Yeah.
Like, so if you use an AMD card, you can have OpenCL. Using a NVIDIA card, you can have CUDA. So I found that you know, that's just, it depends on who's doing the testing and what parameters they're testing. But yeah, I guess the more power you've got available, the better, if you can use it. And that's what it comes down to. Can you use the dual Xeons?
Yeah.
So,
well, that's it's gonna be the last. Have to be the last one.
Hey.
Gonna have to close it out though.
Yep.
But thank you everyone for joining us here live from Lan Syndicate BioBandit. Once again, thank you for saying. We'll see you in chat probably.
Thank you
next
for
week.
having me over.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
Awesome event though. I've been filming a bunch. I'm gonna have a couple more videos coming about from the event and stuff. Yeah, so keep a lookout for those and TGW next week.
Yeah, and I will say,
Wednesday
guys, it's not CUDA, it's CUTA. Okay, get it right.
Get it right, you nubs. And thank you again to our sponsor for the episode, GameFlip. Don't forget to check out the link down in the description below and what the code you can use to get $2 off on your first purchase.
Yep.
And check that out. So
GameFlip actually is pretty good. Like, it's a good. I'm glad they sponsored the show because I love. Obviously, you know, I like it when a product actually works really well. And I mean, GameFlip is one of those things. I've used it. I'm going to keep using it. And, you know, I'm glad they're our sponsor this week because I'm really happy with the service. Like,
nice.
Essentially, you know, we got sponsored to actually really just promote something that's new and that I'm going to be switching to from G2A and also from CD keys.
Well, I'll look into it. I can't say I'm going to convert from CD keys. I like CD keys, but I'll have a look around.
Dude, so far so good for me, man. I mean, I bought 2 purchases. It's been like pretty quick. I will
definitely look more. I don't really find myself being loyal to a service when I buy. I usually go to All Key Shop and it breaks down prices from every site, and then you can see it. So if GameFlip has the best deal, then I'll just go to GameFlip. Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it seems like they got some really good prices, like Dark Souls 3. I don't know what's that going for. About $45. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get two bucks.
I will definitely say this. They definitely have a nicer interface than
Yeah.
G2A.
Well, that's the thing, right? The site's really polished. I was impressed by how damn polished this site was. So yeah.
All right, but
Yep.
for the last time though, do have to get out of here.
Yeah, remember guys, CUDA cores, okay? CUDA cores. Get the CUDA
Yep.
cores on.
Should I yell for Jacob to come over and say hi?
Well, just tell him how many CUDA
EVGA?
cores. Just say how many CUDA cores are the new Pascal.
BioBandit, you want to ask Jacob if he wants to hop on the stream with us?
BioBandit's
going to ask him if he wants to hop on.
Like seriously,
and say what's
man, just say look, dude, how many CUDA cores does it have? We gotta know. Everyone's gonna know.
It could, man. You never know.
That's it.
They got a really sweet laptop over there though. I was looking at it. It's really slim. It's 4K, man, 980M. It's freaking fast. They're running Doom on it. It looks really good. And the new cooler on the hybrids too.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
So they brought some. Did they bring some new designs?
Here, sit down. And get uncomfortably close so you are in frame.
Hello.
This is very uncomfortable close, but it's
This is Brian. This is Jacob from EVGA.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
pretty good, man.
they're here showing off some stuff at the event. I was looking at the laptop. Laptop's pretty cool. I like the new shroud on the 980 Ti hybrid. You guys updated those, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has an LED in there, so it lights up, which is cool. Of course, always more lights is always good.
Has it done anything different though with the cooling? It looks different fans or anything in there?
The cooling's the same. It's just cosmetic.
Just cosmetic. It looks nice, and I was joking to Jacob. It looked kind of like those leaked shrouds that may or may not be real. But this is on the 980 Ti though, so it's definitely not that. I don't think there's no correlation
Well,
there.
it is real. Yes, we do have that.
No, that is real.
Yes,
the other shrouds are not real, but that is real.
Can't comment on that. But on this one, 980
Or
shroud,
it might. Well, it may or may not be real. We don't know yet. But I've got some shots of that. You'll be seeing it in the videos coming up.
Jacob, one question. What do you think sounds better, Kuta or Kuda?
Kuda or what?
Or Kuta.
Kuta, I think sounds better. Yeah.
Kuta core?
Oh, there, cool, sweet. Yep, he agrees.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
EVGA, are they going to make an arcade stick?
No
Custom
plans right now.
No plans right now. Good mouse. The torque though, I'm going to check. I do want to check it out on Doom. I want to try it out a little bit later. I'm going to play some Doom finally tonight. I still haven't played a single game yet.
No, well, you need to start practicing.
I know. It's like every time I was like, all right, let's play a game. It's like, wait, I got to go do this first. Hopefully we'll play some games eventually. I saw Logan playing Doom in there.
I've been playing it like, I don't know, for a few hours already, so we're getting pretty good.
It was running smooth on the laptop too.
Yeah,
it looked good on the laptop.
We run at 1920 by 1080 on the laptop. It runs easily 60. It's pretty much locked at 60 frames. So.
Nice.
Favorite graphics card of all time. Favorite graphics card of all time.
All time.
Of all time.
Yeah. GTX 280 was a great card in its time. I mean, there's a lot of them. You know, GTX 680, another great card. 980, of course, who can, Maxwell architecture is.
We actually
8800 GT.
Yeah, great. At the time, very good price to performance value.
Yes.
Recently, we started been looking at like retro stuff, finding some interest there. A lot of people want to see like retro, like older cards get like benchmark like on with modern games and modern drivers. I did 780's not that old. He's been doing it with way older stuff. He goes to like junkyards and finds parts.
You should try the Doom Open Beta on a GeForce 2 and see how.
Well, he just did a $5 League of Legends PC. You got to try to do a $10 Doom PC.
Down here.
Can it run Doom?
The old school Doom.
The new Doom.
How could you run that off a like $5 or $10 PC?
I have no idea. You got to try though, man. You got to try. You're the junkyard king with all the prices that you get. I wouldn't.
I'll see what I can do for something. I thought I don't know. Anyway, I'll see what I can do to whip something up.
You got to try.
No guarantees, but it won't be $10. A guarantee.
What was that card? What was that card you just got recently?
560 Ti. I've got a 560 Ti.
All right.
For $30. For $30, so legit deal.
That's good. Which one was it?
Elsa.
Elsa.
Yeah, I haven't really had any experience with that brand before. Have you? Elsa, yeah, pretty sure.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. So.
But anything you guys got coming down the pipeline that we should be aware of?
The laptop, obviously we mentioned that. That's brand new for us. Coming down the pipe, we have a case coming that we've been working on.
Is that the small one over there, or the other one?
We have a new one, full tower case.
The one from CES?
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, Computex is in June, so should have some more stuff to show there as well.
Nice, hopefully, yes. Hopefully exciting new graphics cards, which nobody can talk about ever until the time is right. But I want graphics cards. We all want graphics cards. I think we were all disappointed a couple weeks ago, but we're all waiting. Hopefully soon.
I've got my breakfast still sitting on some graphics cards. So. So yeah, we all want graphics cards.
Everyone wants graphics cards.
Yep, they make great breakfast tables, right?
That's and coasters if you check with Logan.
Okay, yeah.
But those are
that's what CD trays were for.
Oh, right. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We're gonna wrap up the show. We've been going like way too long already, anyway.
Cool.
All right. I will see you though later.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, bye.
See you.
All right. So I think that's the last guest. Paul Kyle still never got back, but yeah, we are gonna get out of here now. I think I've actually gone past the point of my ass being in pain to being totally numb now, so I don't think it's actually even an issue anymore. But I want to get out of here and go play some games.
Yeah, so I will say too, sorry we're late on the stream this week as well. We've got to apologize for that.
It's just Lan Syndicate, man. I'm sure they all understand.
Yeah. Show will be the show will be going back to normal next week, Like this week.
Let me check what the dates are because I'm going to the Acer event on the 21st. I don't know what day that is. That's a Thursday, so we should be okay on Wednesday for a regular show, which is relatively soon.
All right,
so
hopefully tune in, guys. Tune in, and we'll catch you in the next one. So
hopefully we got some juicy topics for just a few days from now.
Yeah,
and I'll have some more Lan Syndicate videos coming your way.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. We'll catch you next time back from New Jersey and Japan.
Yeah.
All right, ta-ra. Wait,
All right.
camera's over here. Ta-ra.
See you guys.